you the mic. I've sent you the mic. Taken for granted. This is my brother. and your change of names every now and then. Take it for granted. I've sent you the mic. So please accept the mic. Let's have a chit chat before others join us. I think this is a very important topic, to discuss. Take it for granted. Can you hear me? Let me be sure I'm heard. Mr. Imperfect, can you hear me? Okay. Mr. Imperfect, if you can hear me, can you give an emoji? Mr. Imperfect, can you hear me? Okay, you've got the mic. Good.
I can hear you now. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not at work today,
Year.
so I just want to take the moment to really dive into this issue, this saga that happened.
My brother, like I told you, these people, they know themselves. I don't go put them out for their matter. Now then, just okay. Right now, I saw a video of one lady asking that woman to go and apologize to Akpabio. Have you seen the video?
No, I've not seen the video. I just saw the video of the saga yesterday night, and I was shocked. But I've not seen any video asking her to go and apologize. Why should she apologize?
Yeah, we don't know actually what happened. They said she was insulting Akpabio or something like that. So those people in that house, they have their way of doing things. We might not understand that well. So
okay, my brother, the video I saw, I did not hear the woman insulting Akpabio. That is not an insult. That is, I mean, what I heard. Except there are other videos. Except that video was audited. There are other videos circulating around that I've not seen. But the video I saw yesterday night, she was raising an objection to something, and I did not see how she disrespected the Senate president. The Senate president holds an office, and his office does not empower him to to talk down or shut down any other parliamentarian in that circle. No, he's the Senate president, and his duty is to oversee the parliament and the decisions that are made by those parliamentarians. And that's the problem with the Nigeria society and the Nigeria psyche. We think because a superior officer is our lord. No, the power that the superior officer holds is the power of that office that he or she occupies. After they leave that office, they no longer have that power. So even a superior officer might even be younger than you. And because of the office that the person holds, the person, will, execute the duties of that office. That person control over you at that point in time is because of the duties that office require of him or her. Yeah, but every other parliamentarian in that circle have the right to raise objections, to challenge any decisions that have been made by the entire parliament. Ultimately, it will come down to a vote. But every other parliamentarian has the right to raise their objection. So I don't know whether there are other videos that I've not seen, but the video I saw the woman challenging some sort of decision or some sort of bill and raising an objection to it. Whether her voice was through the roof or her voice was low, it is irrelevant. What is relevant is that she is challenging something. Yeah. And if she opposes what the Senate president is doing, she has the right as a parliamentarian to oppose that. That does not necessarily mean that her opposition will win, because ultimately it always comes down to a vote. But she has the right to scream aloud if she like, that she does not want this. How can he talk down on her like that? Look, all I would say is that any society that disrespect or denigrate women, they've just dug their grave. Because whether we like to believe it or not, women are the nurture of life. Women, every single one of us came through a woman. Yeah. And we must regard women. We must give regards to women. Okay, we cannot, if any society that disrespects women or disregard the input or voices of the woman, those that society have just dug their grave. They might as well not be here. Yeah, the woman was lodging an opposition to something, and that's it. Whether her voice was loud, it doesn't matter. And I did not hear actually lodge any insult. So it said she was raising her voice on the Senate president. That's not an insult. If she raises her voice on the Senate president, it's not an insult. It only becomes an insult if she says something to either assassinate the Senate president's character, or say something, an abusive word. Then that we can regard that as an insult immediately. But she is raising her voice in opposition to something. How is that an insult? Okay, like I said, I've not seen other videos that may be circulating around, and I don't really know the details, but based on what I saw, the woman was raising an opposition to something in the and the Senate president should not have treated her that way. Okay, should not have talked. The Senate president ought to have allowed her to lodge her opposition, and then when she lodges her opposition, you know, he can put it back to the House to decide whether, you know, what she has said is acceptable to the House or not. The Senate president shouldn't have, you know, treated her like that. Okay, the duty of the Senate president, you know, this responsibility of the office of the Senate president, you know, allows every member of the House to lodge their complaint, or lodge their opposition, or lodge their input anyhow they seem fit, as long as it is not disruptive to that. I don't see what was disruptive to the House. If the woman rose up and spoke before she was called upon, you know, look, this is I'm sorry to say this, but this is what makes the difference between an advanced society and a society that is not advanced. Even if the woman was not called upon, they would have just allowed her to finish. Allow her to finish. When she finished, they would tell her that she was not called upon, you know, and if she feels like lodging any complaint or objection to anything going on here, she should allow her time, and she'll be given the opportunity to lodge her complaint. You know, and that's it. You know, but they just, it seems, I mean, the video that I saw, it seems as though they were just attacking the woman left, right, center, because she started lodging the complaint when she was not called upon, or she did not follow the rules to make that complaint. You know, they ought to have allowed her to finish. Yeah, she will finish. She will not be doing that all day. She will eventually finish, probably in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. She'll be done. And then the House will continue its process. Yeah. So look, the whole world is slowly turning into a global village. Certain things can no longer be condoned. Yeah, especially things like that that is made public. It's just how we treat our women. Those that have, I am married now for for many years, and I was raised with 4 sisters, you know, and I have dated many women. I have a lot of women that are my acquaintances and friends. We know how women behave. We know how women behave. So when a woman is coming through, that's just who they are. In most cases, they don't really mean any harm. They may just come out, you know, in most cases, women come out emotional. And by so they come out in a certain way. That's who they are. Let them be what they want to be. They will finish, and then we will take control. That's the way women ought to really be dealt with. You cannot. And he even ended up by saying that the woman should be immediately, you know, a suspension. What is the suspension? If the woman is raising an objection and says she did not follow the rules to raise that objection, allow her to finish. And then when she finishes, you tell her that she did not follow the rules to raise that objection. She should go and follow the rules to lodge the objection, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that does not even, in my opinion, does not call for any suspension at all. That is the woman lodging her objection. Perhaps not according to the rules. Perhaps not according to the rules, but he ought, in my opinion, he ought to have allowed her to finish that lodging that objection, and then he will tell her, you have not followed the rules to lodge that objection. Anyone that says that the woman has insulted the Senate president, I don't agree with it. I mean, except there are other videos that I have not seen where the woman was actually insulting the Senate president. The video that I watched, the woman was not insulting the Senate president. She was raising an objection to something that maybe something the Senate president that she does not agree with. And maybe, yes, maybe she did not follow the procedure they laid out procedures in the House that you must follow to be able to stand up and raise your objection. Maybe she didn't follow that. Okay. But they would have allowed her to finish that complaint she was making and tell her that you did not follow the procedure to lodge this complaint. So go and start again. Simple. Yeah. The problem with Nigeria society is that we think that because somebody has a higher office than us, the person is a lord over us. The problem with Nigeria society is that we think that because somebody is older than us, the person is far more intelligent than us. The problem with Nigeria society is that we don't even understand the duties of our office. When you're given an office, you don't understand that the duty of that office is to serve. It is not to boss over anybody. Let me say that again in case it has not sunk in. The problem with Nigeria society is that we think that because somebody has a higher office than us, the person is our lord. The person bosses over us and controls us. And no. The duty of the Senate president is about the office that he has been assigned to. And all the power that the Senate president exerts is the power that comes with that office. As soon as he's no longer Senate president, he no longer has that power. And the power that comes with that office does not embolden him to talk down on all the other parliamentarians. No. He shouldn't talk down on all the other parliamentarians. Every parliamentarian is equal. The Senate president the duty of the Senate president is to ensure that the will of the parliament, the procedure of the parliament is maintained. The will of the parliament is executed. That's it. It's to manage the entire exercise of the parliament. He's not the lord over everybody there. And that's the problem. We just say because somebody has an office, the person is our lord. No. Nigeria society mentality really needs to change. It needs to evolve. And any society that does not respect and appreciate their women, that society might as well just go and dig their grave. Because our women, every single creature on earth came through a woman. Our women are our natural. Our women should be respected and protected. I don't think that the way the Senate president addressed this situation is right. It's completely wrong. It's completely wrong. Like I said, yes, the woman may have not followed the procedure to lodging that complaint. She may have not followed it. But they should have allowed the woman to finish lodging the complaint, and then they would tell her, this is your complaint that you've lodged. You've not followed the procedure to lodge it. So go and start again. Yeah? They would have just allowed her to finish. What is the publicly like that? I'm treating the woman like that. That is just awfully wrong. And the Senate president has just abused his power. That in my opinion, is an abuse of power. You don't abuse your power like that. You don't treat a woman like that. Let her do what she wants to do. In a couple of minutes, she'll be done with the complaint that she's making. And then they'll tell her what she has done wrong. And they'll give her the opportunity to go and start again. Talking down on a woman like that in public is just wrong. We treat our women as if they are lesser than us. And our men shouldn't be doing this. We ought not to be doing this. We ought to regard our women, treat our women with respect. I believe every one of us came from a woman. And in fact, like I said, I heard the video again and again. I did not see the woman made any insult to Akpabio. She did not say anything like a curse word. No, the woman was raising an objection to something she does not agree with, making a complaint. She's a parliamentarian. She has the right to make that complaint. Perhaps have not followed the procedure to lodging that complaint, but she's a parliamentarian. She has the right, like every other parliamentarian, to lodge a complaint. Yeah, Akpabio abused his power, Akpabio shouldn't have treated her that way. Akpabio should have allowed her to finish. When she finishes, he tell her that you have not followed the procedure to do this. Go and follow the procedure to lodge this complaint. It's very simple. Everything that happens in the parliament is recorded. Any action that does not follow the procedure will not be recorded. I mean, if a Senate president will say, okay, madam, you've not followed the right procedure, so your complaint right now has not been recorded. Go and follow the right procedure to lodge this complaint, and then we'll record it. You don't have to talk down on the woman like that. That's my real issue. And sorry, I did not see any insult that woman made in that video against the Senate president. She did not say any, she did not curse him, she did not say any abusive or denigrating word. Her voice might have been going through the roof, but that's women, really. When women are upset about something, most of the time, their voice are always through the roof. Anyone that knows women know that that's how women is. I mean, I was raised with 4 sisters. And I have a lot of women, female friends, and I've been married for years. In fact, most of the time when my wife is angry about something, her voice is through the roof. Believe you me, it has nothing to do with black or white. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I actually think that my wife is a black woman. When she's angry, her voice is through the roof. It's women, but you let them bust out all those energy. Eventually, they will finish it, and then you can approach the situation and tell them, "Oh, this is wrong. It's wrong," and all that. They will come to reason. Look, that woman may have not followed the rules, but I believe that woman had done nothing wrong. Besides the fact that she did not follow the rules. And you see, this, like I said, this is different between an advanced society and a society that don't want to advance themselves. Allow her to finish. Let her finish her yelling and screaming. Let her finish. Then when she finish, you tell her that, okay, this is wrong and this is wrong. She will come to reason. Treating her like that was awfully wrong, in my opinion. I think the Nigerian society really needs to, we need to evolve. All this our mentality, we treat our women as if our women are non-entities. We all came from our women. I hope we understand that. Yeah, we all came from our women. Our women brought us here. Otherwise, there'll be none of us here. We should treat women with respect. We should regard them. We shouldn't make them feel subservient to us. They are not subservient to us. Okay? Every woman in that parliament has equal rights like every other man there. Their voice should be heard. If the women scream, that's just who women are. Let them scream. Yeah? If a woman screams, let her scream. That's most of the time women come with emotion and their voice is always through the roof. Yeah, okay, let them have it. When they are done, you address the matter. Yeah, and they will always come to reason. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say there. I think the Senate president abused his power. The duty of his office is to ensure that the parliament, the exercise of the parliament is executed according to law. The exercise of the will of the parliament is made clear that nothing, that's his duty. His duty is not to boss over everybody there. And that's like I said, that's the problem with Nigeria. We just think that because somebody is a superior officer or that the person is lord over you. No, the duty of each office is clear. Once the person, see, for instance, now let's say Alfonso has a higher office. The duty of that Alfonso office is what Alfonso will be executing. As soon as Alfonso is out of that office, the duty of the office no longer applies to him or her. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Can we evolve in Nigeria? Can we just evolve? Till today, I can't believe that till today, we think that because somebody is a superior officer, that person is our Lord. And the person can talk down on us and shut us down. No. In advanced society, those situations, that kind of thing is unacceptable. Yeah, everybody has the right to be what they need to be.
Please. I shared the video up there of the lady saying that the woman insulted Akpabio actually and said she shouldn't apologize to Akpabio. So I don't know. Just listen to it first. Thank you. And a very nice place. I will talk later.
Yes, of course. I'll listen to you. Thank you very much. If you want to speak, share your opinion on this matter, please kindly come up. I'm a little free today till like around 1 o'clock. Come up. Let's talk about this. I personally don't think that woman has done anything wrong. I think that the woman, has made the woman made her opinion clear about what she does not agree with. I don't think the woman has insulted the Senate president at all, contrary to what some may have said. I'm going to look at this video now. I don't think she has insulted him. I did not hear any insulting words from what she was saying. I did not hear any curse word. I did not hear any denigrating word. I just heard the woman lodging a complaint against something that she does not agree with, challenging the opinion of the house and all that. That's all I heard. Her voice, I also heard that her voice was through the roof. That is not against the law. That's her voice. Maybe she did not follow the procedure to lodge that complaint, and all that could be addressed. That could be addressed without all of this chaos. In my opinion, one of the ways to address that is to allow her to finish. When she finished, you tell her that your complaint you just lodged has not been recorded, has not been taken because you did not follow the procedure. Now go and follow the procedure, and then we'll take your complaint. These things like that can be easily addressed. You don't talk down on a woman like that. That's my opinion anyway. But if you want to share your opinion on this matter, please ask for the mic and let's have this conversation. This came out to the public. This is embarrassing to Nigeria. It is showing the world again and again that we don't regard our women. We treat our women with disrespect. It's wrong. We are in the 21st century. Our women are equal to us. Let us stop denigrating our women. Okay? Let us stop treating our women as subservient to us. They are not. Okay? Women are as equally intelligent, if not more intelligent than most men. Look, let us stop this now. No, we are in the 21st century. Let's stop this. Every woman has the right to make her voice heard. Okay? The women in parliament are not lower to our men in parliament. They're all the same. And that woman was respecting I beg your pardon, that woman was representing a community of people. They chose her to represent them. It means that she has the capacity, to make the community's will heard in the parliament. And like I said, every parliamentarian are equal. The duty of the Senate president is to ensure that the will of the parliament is met. It's to ensure that the parliament is executed according to law. That's just the duty. The duty of the Senate president is not to be a lord. The Senate president is not the lord over anybody there. Okay? His office just gave him that power. And he abused his power, in my opinion, yesterday. He abused his power. Okay? I don't think that woman insulted him because the woman did not say anything that was abusive. The woman did not say a curse word. The woman did not say anything that was a swear word, or she did not denigrate him anyway. Her voice was loud. She was lodging a complaint. And like I said, perhaps she did not follow the procedure to lodge that complaint. There are ways to address that. There are simplest ways to address that. Okay? In my opinion, one of the simplest ways to address that is to allow her to finish. Let her lodge her complaint. Let her scream and do all the things she wants to do. When she's done, you tell her that this your complaint that you've lodged has not been taken because you did not follow the procedure. Now, go and follow the procedure and we'll take your complaint. So that's how I handle women. That's how I treat women. Because first and foremost, we know what women are like. Most, if not all women, first come out with emotions, especially when they are upset about something. They come with emotions, and especially when something is aggravating them, they come with emotion. Let them be what they are. In fact, I noticed that most times when women come out emotionally like that, when they have exhausted their complaint and you now approach them, you have a better chance in making them see reason than when you attack them again during their complaint. You never get them, and you never win an argument with a woman. So look, I think that Nigerian society really ought to evolve itself. First, we need to stop mistreating our women. We need to look at our women as equals. We need to have regards for our women. We need to have respect for our women. Alfonso, good morning. Thanks for coming in. If you want anybody that wants to lodge our opinion on this, please ask for the mic. Let's talk about this. I don't think that woman insulted Akpabio. I don't think that woman deserved that kind of treatment that she's received. And anyone asking the woman to go and apologize to the Senate president, I have to ask the person, apologize for what? Is it for raising her voice? That is not against the law. Raising her voice is not against the law. Did she insult him, like say an abusive word or curse him or swear on him? No, I did not hear that. I just heard the woman raising her voice, lodging a complaint about something she did not like. If that's what is an insult to Akpabio, then Akpabio is not ready to be a Senate president. Any leader in Nigeria that is not ready, to face that kind of response from him, then that person should walk away from that office. Yes.
Metaphor, you're right, but maybe you never saw the complete video. That video never started from when Woman decided doing her fish. So maybe something was already going on before that person did that video started recording. And Nigerians, most especially these elderly ones of these persons. Once you say, with all due respect, they will see it as an insult. Maybe she said her statement with all due respect, new president. You never can tell. So, like I said, that video was already say halfway gone when they decided the recording. So only those that were in that in the place at that time could be the one that would like explain what actually happened. But apart you guys should know that he has not been. He has always been this ridiculous and bananas, So I can't tell, but I don't know. But talking to that man that way is very improper. In my own humble opinion, it's very loud. But it's Nigeria for you. Which will go do.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I'm still scouting to see if I could get more details about this. But nonetheless, I don't think that she deserves that kind of treatment. Alfonso, go ahead.
In the video I saw, it was just that woman complaining, and I think what that woman is doing is actually more dangerous than whatever happened, because everything she was saying there is just like he's our leader. Even took it on a tribal and from Akwa Ibom, is our APC leader and all those things. You don't disrespect him. People are not happy. She didn't even look at the issues at all. Like she couldn't point out, oh, this is what she shouldn't have said. This is what she said, and all those things. But from what you have been saying, because I didn't even look at the video, I've not seen it. I'm still looking for it. I don't know, because that is not actually the first time. And for me, I think it's a Nigerian problem, and also it's a Nigerian problem that people are not actually permitted to say certain things and talk when certain things are happening for one or two reasons. Maybe with the exception of few places, many times, even in certain discipline also, um, Nigeria don't believe in equality in any way, shape or form. The equality we believe in is just theoretical. So, in fact, that is the basic fabric of many Nigerian societies. So, people are only equal when they have the same privilege. Outside that, Nigerians don't believe in it. In fact, there's no sector of Nigeria where we practice any form of equality. So that is a Nigerian problem, like Imperfect said. So I am not surprised whether Akpabio will go. Will he apologize? I don't even think so, because that is the Nigerians. That is a Nigerian problem. And despite the fact that in a place where everybody are even supposed to be equal or the same by colleague or be colleague, people who are given bigger responsibility are already placed above the other people. So it's not. I think the equality we see or we want to believe we hear in the Western world it doesn't apply in Nigerian sector. So people always have a reason to believe that they are bigger than the other person. If it's not age, his position of power, his money, is always one thing or the other. So anything that any opportunity they have to use to make the other person feel less, they push it. So I don't think we have gotten to that type of society you want us to be, and it's very shameful anyway. But that is what it is. My own personal opinion, I don't think anything will happen. And at the end of it, or she may apologize, she may likely not apologize, and they will still move on. But for me, what I would have expected as a person would have been that the other opposition members capitalize on that, the PDP senators and all those ones while they were there. Not necessarily, not just the women. I mean, other PDP senators, both the men and the women. There was a good opportunity to capitalize on it because these are things you do. The public will take sides with you no matter what because we are having a government that is not doing well. We are having a Senate that we believe is in the pocket of the executive and they're not doing well. So any fight you put out against them will be welcomed by the government, by the populace, not minding who is right or who is wrong or what is right. And in this case, I believe that depending on the angle you want to see it from, Akpabio could actually be seen as a person who did the wrong thing. So for me, I think everything boils down to, for me, the weak opposition we have in Nigeria because it's very pathetic that this is not the first time it's happening. From the time of Tony Moye shouting, the highest you can do is to suspend me, to Regan, who was actually suspended. These people have no spine. What even the APC opposition, after they got that speakership and all those things, under when under Goodluck Jonathan's era, what they would have done is to make the best of this, like make the best out of it. But unfortunately, they don't. They are not. They are not up to it, up to the task. So they let the woman go and everything. I don't think. I think for me, at this point in time, that is what it is because I'm not really seeing the details of what happened. And if it is by, if I should take your word for it, because I'm still searching for the video, I believe that it's a Nigerian societal problem. So nobody can say this is who is right here or this is who is wrong here. We just go by what is the standing order of the Senate. Because back then in school, we usually have one will have this congress. Is kind of is totally regulated and manipulated. And that is why when I see people complain about LP senators or all this, I look at them and I just feel that probably you people don't really know what goes on in there because there are times they have decided the number of people that we talk in that place even before they come there. So whatever the person who is going to point out the person we talk, we continue to point out only who they want. And you raise your hand forever there, you will never call to talk because when they read the standing order and everything. So by the time you do anything beyond what they want, you are seen as constituting nuisance and the person is ordered out of the place. That is the way some people run those things, except in a case where they don't have absolute control or when the Senate president actually want to be neutral. Because I've seen it happen so many times in real time, even in the case of when they are asking important questions. One of the senators that I know was asking an important question to Attorney General. Akpabio shut him down. The senator was asking him, "Oh, what will you do in a case where the president disobeys court order?" Akpabio said that it will not happen. That this is a new government. As if the senator was asking Akpabio the question, as if Akpabio is part of the executive. But that happened in our Senate, and he shut him down and said that that will not happen, that they are building a new republic and all that. And the whole nonsense ended there. So, for me, I think the problem or the everything lies in the opposition, who are very weak, lack the stomach to do anything, and actually is a very stupid and worthless opposition. They cannot just do anything. And for me, if they wanted to really do anything, but anyways, all about the money they get, they would have always gone there and make sure that these things don't happen, because I believe that that is part of the reason why things like that happen. Many times the people who speak, they are highly controlled. What you say there is highly controlled. So and if they know that you are going to give them problem talking, they will never call you to talk. From the little one we did in school, or we do in school, I know that that is how you have the parliamentary, the prime minister be the head of the parliament. Uh, like, in fact, sometimes they have meeting before they come, and they have decided these are number of people that are going to talk, and it's only people who align with them that they will ever call. So no matter what, except you want to cause unnecessary sin there, which if you do, you'll be ordered out of there. So those could be the underlying reason why they try to interrupt and interject and do all those things. But at the end of the day, what do I know? Nobody actually knows what happened there, and
Okay,
that is why we are
Mr.
seeing.
Alfonso, let me just read something that one of the listeners said here. He said, "Jokes, stop placing too much relevance on women. He's right to have sent her out of the chamber if he feels her words are a disrespect to his position." Notice what this fellow said in ending his remarks. He said, "He is right to have sent her out of the chamber if he feels her words are a disrespect to his position." Okay, so I'm trying to find, I'm trying to understand what he means by his if he feels that what is a disrespect to his position.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah. From what I'm seeing there, even for me as a person, sometimes, and that is why sometimes I also like what I see sometimes when Americans do their debate and all those things. This whole idea is for because she's a woman, you have to give her a different treatment. It doesn't really, I don't think, for me, to a certain degree, it should be the same for with everybody. Whatever is wrong for the male should be wrong for the female. But I don't really want to go into that. Probably that is the angle is the person is coming from. So
okay, Alfonso, just a minute. So, um, I am trying to find what the woman did that is disrespectful to the Senate president's person. Okay, so is it
like,
just a minute,
like,
Alfonso, hold your thoughts.
okay.
So is she by what she did she disrespect the Senate president personality, or did she disrespect the Senate president's office? Hmm? By raising her voice in the complaint she was lodging, did she disrespect the Senate president's?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Alien X, you'll come in just in a minute.
Yeah.
Opposition views are allowed here. Please, if you have an opposition view to this, please come and make your voice heard.
Yeah.
I don't agree that the woman did anything wrong,
Yeah.
but I also want to quickly talk again about what this fellow have just written. Soprano wrote something here, but finish up, Alfonso.
Yeah, yeah. In 30 seconds, let me just say the yeah, the whole thing about it is just what I was saying before. For example, the disrespect, like you said, it may not be what you see or the way you see it. For example, let me with my own experience, let's say they give standing order. For example, they said if you are not called, don't ever stand. If the person ever stands without being called, they say he have violated the standing order. So the next thing that will happen is the person in any way decides to insist or something, the person is ordered out. So it's a kind of a very big controlled something where people are not actually allowed to express themselves. But people who are not part of this thing wouldn't know this thing. Even if you are part of the ruling party per se, and you want to be a problem to them, they find a way to make sure you never got opportunity to speak there. And that is what many people don't know about these things. But every time you go back and say, oh, our senators, this, our that's why I encourage people. If you are voting a president, like if you know you are voting APC as president, at least vote opposition as the other ones, at least so that we'll have reasonable people. At least we saw a little bit of what it means to be to have a legislation under the tenure of Bukola Saraki. As bad as everything was at that time, at least they spoke. They might not have achieved enough, but they spoke. But as it is now, you see that nobody speaks because everything is very much controlled. So it's a problem with Nigerian system. It's a Nigerian systemic problem, both as people um, and also as a government. And I don't think it's something that I don't think anything will come out of it because of the people involved. Thank you very much. Oga.
Okay, thank you, Alfonso. Thank you, Alfonso. Hang in there if you still have anything you want to say. Let's have Alien X. Alien X, unmute your mic. What do you think about
Yeah,
this?
yeah. So firstly, all I just wanted to say is, sorry, I cannot talk very loud, but what I wanted to say is, number one, this their fight has come a long way. I think I've been hearing that they have been fighting even when he was like Minister of Niger Delta something affairs. They have been having issues. I'm not very, very sure of how true it is, but that is what I've been hearing. Number two is um, also I noticed that they had a fracas where he said something about nightclub. I think it was directed to her and he was saying, "Don't make this place a nightclub," which was insulting to a senator. And she's a female, so it's annoying. It's not something anybody would take. Imagine somebody telling your wife, "Do not turn this place to a nightclub." And I think he apologized for it. And again, from what I'm hearing, is the Senate has a rule, their own rule that can help to ensure the sitting arrangement. And he obviously changed the sitting arrangement for this senator, and she said no, that she does not want to adopt the new sitting, what they call it, arrangement. The chief whip read the rules, and then he now ordered that she should leave the Senate chambers. Now, the funny thing is that the same thing that he was trying to enforce to this woman, there are videos, I can post the videos out there of him fighting against that same rule. I think it was during Labaran Marcos. I think Labaran Marco, the last Senate president, I've forgotten his name now. He also ordered that the current Senate president moves to another seat because where he was sitting there was no mic, and then he refused. He fought against the same rule. So for me, it is a deep-rooted attack on this woman, and I know why the fight is deep. The anger is deep. Is because she's siding with a fellow senator that is fighting Wicked badly in the Senate president, as siding Wiki that, and I think that is where the fight is. And we know this Senate president and Wiki are strong allies. She has several times spoken against what he's doing to the other senator. I've forgotten, Senator Kingibe or something like that. I've forgotten her name. Senator representing FCT, a senator in FCT, one of the senators in FCT, and the rest. So it's, for me, it is a vicious attack by the Senate president to the way he speaks to her in a denigrating way. He has always had issues with women, funny enough. Always having issues with some women in the Senate chambers, and we should not condone this. And again, yes, we should treat everybody, whether male or female, you are equal on the in the Senate chambers, as long as you are representing your constituency or your whatever. But you know, the way he speaks to her, you can see a condescending this thing, mostly because she's a woman. The kind of comments he made last time, he said nightclub, he had to what they call it, retract his word and apologize. Now again, he's talking to the woman anyhow. It seems like there's a fight between these two that is deep rooted, and we should condemn it. Condemn it. And there are a lot of allegations against the Senate president, mostly in opposing voices. He does not allow opposition talk. He does not allow opposition express their views. Several times his name always comes up. So I think Nigeria needs to call, and President Tinubu, whoever, should call the Senate president into order and tell him to respect everyone's view. Also, they need to review that sitting arrangement. I do not know what is about this sitting arrangement and everything, and it's something that we need to review and ensure that people don't use, the Senate president doesn't use his power, abuse his power to witch hunt people using whatever rule they are using. So I'll just use the mic and get other feedback. But this is what the issue is. It was a sitting arrangement, same sitting arrangement he fought as a senator. He's now fighting it again, and the condescending way he talked to her as a woman is unacceptable, and we should all condemn it. I yield the mic for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can't agree more with the last word you said, Alien X. Regardless of the personal disputes that the woman and the Senate president have outside the parliament, regardless of what the rules were that she may have not observed, the way that a woman was treated in the house yesterday, in my opinion, is awfully wrong. The woman did not insult the Senate president. I did not hear any insulting words out of her mouth against the Senate president. I did not hear any condescending word out of her mouth against the Senate president. And I did not see anything that she said that was disrespectful or demeaning to the office of the Senate president. I did not see any of that. I did not even hear any of that. What I heard was a woman complaining against something that she did not agree with, and her voice was loud. Yeah? You see, again, this, in my opinion, is some of the problems with the Nigerian society. Like I said, look at this remarks from one of the listeners here. Soprano, he said that she was disrespecting to his position. Let me just tell you that the position that you are appointed to, the public office that you occupy, does not call for what's the word to use now? Does not call for respect to your person. Okay, and let me say that again. The public office that you occupy does not call for respect to your person. Your person should be respected, whether or not you occupy any public office. Let me say that again. Your person should be respected, whether or not you occupy any public office. So the public office that you occupy does not call for a respect to your person. As in, before you even occupy that public office, you should be actually respected. Your person should be respected. Yeah. The public office that you occupy calls for service, for you to serve the community. And if you don't serve the community have the right to challenge you. It becomes an insult when somebody says it's an insulting word to you, like you are stupid, you are crazy, or not this kind of insulting word. Yeah, that's an insult. But if the person is challenging anything that you do or said, whether the person's voice is low or high in challenging that, the person has not done anything wrong to you. The person has not even disrespected you or your office. Okay? And this is the problem with Nigerian society. They think that because somebody occupies a particular office, the person is now lord over the society. No. The person is not lord over the society. The person occupies that office to execute the duties of that office. And if the person does not execute the duties of that office, the society has the right to rise up and challenge that person. So whether or not you are occupying an office, your person should be respected. It should be respected. That's the law. Nobody should verbally assault you or insult you or denigrate you and all of that sort, whether or not you are occupying an office. So I don't agree that she disrespected his office. Firstly, she did not. I did not hear any insults from her mouth. And I've watched that video again and again and again. She didn't insult his person. She did not insult his office. She was challenging something that she did not agree with. I think Alien X got us a little insight into, what had conspired. I think the changes in the sitting and all that whatnot that she did not agree with. Because what I was hearing was she was challenging something she did not agree with. And her voice was loud, of course. That's how women come when they are angry. They come with a loud voice. That's women. Yeah. In most cases, that's women. When women are angry, they come, out with a loud voice. But their voice is loud. But their voice is loud does not mean that they are disrespecting you. Okay, disrespect is basic. The person said something that insulted you. The person said something like a curse word or a swear word, or said something that, like to you, like you are mad, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. That becomes an insult. But if the person is yelling on the top of their voice in disagreement to something, that's not an insult to you. It is not even an insult to your office. I hope one day Nigerian mentality will evolve so that we can even really hold our leaders to account. This is the problem with Nigeria now. People are saying that the woman need to apologize to him. Apologize to him for what? Did she actually insult him? Did she actually insult his personality or insult his office? What I saw, the answer is no. So what does she need to apologize to him for? I think she's actually doing the duty of her office, which is to challenge this that she may not agree with or may not be beneficial to our people that she's representing there. And yes, that's her voice. Her voice is loud. So that's women. Women's voice are loud. Like I said, I believe that the Senate president abused his power. And I believe that the Senate president did not manage that situation well. He ought to have allowed her to finish her ranting. When she finishes her ranting, then you say, okay, well, there's a procedure that we must follow here to lodge that kind of a complaint. You have not followed the procedure, so your complaint is not lodged. Go and start again, follow the procedure, and then lodge your complaint. Regardless of any bad blood or thing that they may have outside, this is public office. And there are rules that must be followed. Yes, the woman may have violated those rules. There are ways to address it that will not constitute this kind of nuisance that we are seeing in public now, where it seems as though our women are, disrespected. Yeah. And like Elon X even rightly said, we've heard again and again. In fact, the reason why I even got upset is because this is not the first time we've even heard the Senate president having, issues with not just only women, people just having issues like that. It seems to be bossing over everybody. And the Senate president really must resign if he must continue like this. The Senate president is not acting like a Senate president. He's not executing the duty of a Senate president. The duty of a Senate president is not to boss over the parliament. It's to ensure that the will of the parliament is met, that the procedure of the parliament is followed. He's not the boss over everybody there. He's just occupying the office of the Senate president. Yeah, every other parliamentarian are equal. And his duty is to ensure that the parliament runs smoothly, the will of the parliament is met, and everybody, every parliamentarian representing their constituency or their people, voices are heard, regardless of how their voice come. It's only an insult if the woman has said something to him, like, you are mad, you are crazy. These are all this kind of things. Then it becomes an insult. But the woman, as far as I'm concerned, did not say any of those sorts. Her voice was loud in lodging her complaint. Yeah. The problem with the Nigerian society is that in Nigerian society, because somebody is occupying a higher office, then every other person must droop back to the person. And then if your voice is loud on the person, that's an insult. That's not an insult, all right? People can lodge their complaint with a high voice. Some can even lodge their complaint with a low voice. Like I said, it only becomes an insult when the person says a word against that person. So contrary to what this person has said on the chat here, I'm sorry, but the woman did not insult the Senate president's person or his office. Okay? If raising her voice in lodging a complaint is what we call insult, I think a lot of Nigerians are just very petty, and we need to evolve away from that, our horrible mentality. Very horrible mentality. That because somebody is screaming on top of their voice, that is insult to us. Come on, man. Look, what is wrong with us? Yeah, what's wrong with us? A person's voice can be loud, but as long as that person did not say any insult to you, then the person has not insulted you. I can say, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. No, this is not, this does not mean I'm insulting you. I'm just saying, I don't agree with it. I'm just shouting on top of my voice. But the minute I said, you are stupid, you are even, then I'm insulting you. Come on, guys, let's just understand the difference. Please. And we continue to condone this kind of abuse of public office. We really need to change our mentality in Nigeria. We need to change our thinking, faculty. We just need to change it. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that woman did not insult the Senate president. The woman did not disrespect the Senate president. The woman lodged her complaint with a very loud voice. And perhaps she did not follow the procedure to lodging that complaint. Or what they ought to have done is allow her finish all her ranting. And when she's finished, they'll say that this your complaint has not been taken because you did not follow the procedure. And now go and follow the procedure and lodge your complaint again. Look, the woman's high voice is not an insult, it's not illegal, it's nothing. The only thing that would have been an insult or illegal is if she actually insulted the Senate president, like say a curse word to him or any of that sort. So can we evolve? Can we change? Can we actually change our mentality in Nigeria so that we can have better service? Thanks, Chooks, for coming in. If you have an opposition, this is my view. I always welcome opposition view. Please come up and lodge your opposition view. If you think that the woman did it, please come up and let's have your view. But this is my view. And I think the Senate president ought to be reprimanded. And if Senate will continue like that, the president needs to resign. We need better, it's a better Senate president that will be able to manage the House properly. Okay, Chooks, thanks for coming in. Let's have your view, Chooks.
Okay, thank you very much, my able hosts. I appreciate the space, and I've been listening. I actually wanted to leave for a particular assignment, and then I heard the discussion, so I had to wait a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I did not, or I have not seen the video or the information that brought about the hosting of that created this space that we're discussing right now. But I know one thing, which personally helps me from the contribution for the past 20-something minutes I've been listening. I can never say that I side the woman. No, notwithstanding how much I love men being in control of situation. I would not say I side the Senate president for what he did because I have not analyzed. So let me not go talking off point. Now, where I pick my point from is this. From what you said and what the other man said earlier, I don't know, I didn't see the name or the face, but I was listening. We need what is called paradigm shift in our head. We need a total paradigm shift. What happened in the Senate is not different from what we see in the ministries. What happened in the ministry is not different from what we see when we go to government establishments. It's not different from how the security operatives handle you on the situation. It's not different from a whole lot we have. It's just the same template. Why is it like that? You cannot see such bravado in any other senate we have around the world, unless the ones that do not follow the rule of law. We are still in our head thinking and acting like the colonial masters. Everyone knew during the era of the colonial masters what the colonial masters say, what the court clerk says, what the DC says is like what God has said. Nothing changes it. So you will not be seen telling the DC or the court clerk no. If you try it, the next moment you will lose your ban, you will lose a whole lot of things. And the people that don't like you in the community will use that opportunity to poach everything you own. That is still the same mentality we're having today. That when someone becomes a police officer, even though he's as daft as a pig that does not know how to bath himself clean, what he says will not stand in the community. Reason because he's towing that same line of the colonial masters. That's where the thing gets me pained. Why would you want to hush, or why would you want to attack? You mentioned something about raising your voice. If we now criminalize voice raising, if we criminalize it because Oyibo man doesn't like the noise, and we are used to our noise, and you want to raise your voice to shout, to show your ill feel from your mouth, from your belly, and then it becomes criminality. It now being criminalized or offensive. That means everybody that 70% of the people living in the Southwest will not be jailed for raising their voices when they talk. 50% of people in Opiweka and Mem Market will definitely be jailed for offenses. The number one and the okusiogu of it is this: we need to purge our brain of every iota of colonialism and act like human beings who know what is right, what is good, and what shouldn't be done. I yield my mic.
Thank you very much. Let me bring something to our notice. Thank you very much, Chooks. I need to bring this to our notice so we can understand the difference here. Perhaps some of you have not seen that video of, and I can't remember the country, of the parliaments that just went into some sort of an eruption, and they were screaming and chanting and screaming and chanting in the parliament over something they completely disagreed with. It was even started by a parliamentarian, a lady. The video has been circulating around. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know whether it's Norway or one of these European countries. In disagreement to what the parliament was, voting.
Is that not Australia?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's Australia or they were chanting something.
That was a chant, yeah.
Yes,
I saw that video.
If
it's not Australia, it will be one of these Scandinavian.
Yes, and it was actually started by a woman. It was started by a woman, and the entire parliament went up in chanting and chanting and chanting. And you know what? They also have their parliament boss, if you like. He just kept quiet and allowed them to finish. When will our society actually evolve? You know what? They chanted and chanted and did all they wanted to do, scream and shout and and it was started by a woman. That woman, yes. That woman is still there's no news anywhere that the woman was suspended. None of those things.
Because they have decided to chart their own path that is traditional to them. They have done that. If you try to do that thing, like in that place, in that Senate of Nigeria today, and the next 6 months, the papers, the television, they will be attacking. You say, is that an Igbo?
Exactly.
Igbo
exactly. See, the problem.
But that lady, they had to speak up for their own hacker. They call them hacker something. There's a particular people in a place, and they felt that they were not being treated well. They now shouted that chant. They called it the hacker chant.
Yes, one of that sort. For those that have not seen that video, please go and get the video and see. It was started by a woman. It was started by a woman that was a parliamentarian, and they did everything that they wanted to do. Nobody disrupted them. Nobody stopped them. When they finished, the parliament continued their business of parliament. Yeah, look. Nigerian society really needs to evolve. We still live and act like a subjugated, oppressed, enslaved people. What is wrong with us? Go and look at how many parliaments across the world, how they even raise objection. In not all, they come screaming. Yeah. So can we at some point just recognize that? Firstly, everybody have a right, every parliamentarian have a right to make their voice heard, lodge their disagreement and all that. What we regard as insult in Nigeria, I am sorry, but it's not an insult. Most of the time, what we call somebody insulted me is not an insult. It's actually not an insult. Yeah, insult is only when somebody directly says something like, I don't know how to put it, like you are mad, you are crazy. something you are a bastard, all this, and then the person is insulting you. Yeah, but if the person has not sent such, the person has not insulted you. If the person raised their voice in disagreement to any other, that's not an insult, actually. That's just a disagreement. So anyway, I want to encourage people to go and look at that stuff right there. Check the video. The video is everywhere. See how that was a parliament of another sovereign country. How the woman led, an objection, very, very loud, and what we would like to call a disruption of the entire parliament, without any penury, met on her. So look, I first of all, I watched that video. I did not see that the woman insulted the Senate president personality or his office. Her voice was loud. Chooks, I'm sure if Akpabio was the Senate president of that country that we're talking about now, maybe Akpabio would have suspended that woman or tell her, because the woman just said that, whoa, and everybody was just screaming,
because the red people, and you could see on her face, the camera was recording.
Yes.
The camera that in there, nobody said cut the camera.
Nobody said cut the camera, and they look. That is
they recorded everything. They expressed herself. Know it. Even those that are older than her joined her. But you, the faces of the people that were feeling so disdain against those people, you could see their faces twitching.
Chooks,
they were angry.
Chooks, I'm telling you, we act. Chooks, I'm telling you, and I've said this again and again across many spaces. We act like enslaved people, like people that are not free. We are free people.
That is. But I wish are we truly free? Let's ask ourselves.
We act like people that are not free to express ourselves.
If somebody is a graduate by the result and paper where they give them, but me we ask them something where relate that thing where in saying study, no jack. Is that truly a graduate? Is that truly a graduate? When we come out, we pose. I am an engineer. I am an electrical engineer. But you cannot put two cables together. Meanwhile, Oyibo person who is just a mason, who is just a handman to a project, will come here and become an expatriate. Yet using the people here and their knowledges to do something, bro. This is what I keep knocking in our head. Are we truly independent?
Okay, well, thanks, Chooks, for that. Let's not deviate.
Need to travel to. No, we're not deviating. It's just we're talking about attitude, character, mentality, social engineering. Until people start to say, what is happening in Burkina Faso today? Could it happen in Nigeria today? What is happening in the US with Doge? Could they happen in Nigeria today? Let us just say, oh, let there be let everything, NNPC, police, let them all check their books. Before you know it, houses will start to the burn, offices will start to the burn. Before you know it, we start seeing RIP here. Those people that had committed those things will find that they are dead. Bro, if we're free, we will not do things and start asking another country whether we should do it. I stand by the side and listen.
Okay, thank you very much, Chooks. Let's have all these new speakers coming up. Let's have their own opinion on this matter. Thanks, Charlie P, for coming up. I think Realist was here, but he's gone down again. Realist, if you feel like speaking, come back up. Charlie P, what do you think? What do you think about this? What's your point of view?
Metaphor, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everything. Before I enter space again, because everybody now go punish all of for this country. Metaphor, the truth of the matter is I agree with you. Nigeria is a free country. The problem we have is Metaphor, the problem we have in this country is we are not serious people. So let's go back to what happened in the upper chambers. Good morning. Let's talk about what happened.
Charlie P, after this space, I go wait for you for gate. After you finish for this space, come out.
Anything I talk, I don't mean I'm baby Morgan. Good morning, sir. I agree.
Morning, bro. Morning.
There was Metaphor. The annoying part about this country is we do not take things serious. So, one, the elites or the people in power do not take the citizens serious. When you come to these hollow chambers or upper chambers or whatever the coven they've given their name, they don't respect people. And that's why they form cartels or gangs. And unfortunately, and very deplorably, they don't respect women. I'm not disrespectful to our brothers from the north, but a lot of northern allies we see in that, they don't have value for women. And it now trickles down to some of these idiotic men, like the likes of Akpabio. You know, when they get to that space, I don't know, Metaphor, I don't know whether you listen to Honorable Kingibe, this Honorable, I know they know Kingibe, the woman from Abuja.
No, I did not. Educate me,
Metaphor,
please.
these people, these minorities,
But Charlie P, let's not insult. Let's not insult, please.
No, Metaphor, no, it has got no Metaphor. Don't say that. These people are insulting us. Metaphor, I don't like these things that we do all the time. These people are insulting us. The woman was elected to sit down there and talk for her people. What will it take Akpabio? 10 minutes, 20 minutes to allow her rant her rubbish or sensible thing and allow her to go and tell, okay, we'll take it out of here. That's shutting her down. Who off the microphone when somebody, the way she was elected is the same way Akpabio was elected. You know, I'm beginning to see why people struggle, kill, you know, and act like emperors to be the Senate president because of this autocratic, demonic way of dealing with things. Metaphor. People are running from minority parties. Everybody from Labour don't enter APC. Two things. We are here to judge or we're here to talk, but we don't even know their wishes. We don't even know the reason. You had Kingibe said that they don't allow them to talk. If you're a minority in that place, especially if you don't have numbers, you are done for in the house. You don't even have contribution to go into the budget for your constituency. You practically lobby. A Metaphor, you know that women are vulnerable in this society. I'm not here to start saying whether they are women of content or women of...
Absolutely.
These men might corner these women for power, and these women might do things they don't want to do. Look at what that lady was saying. Whether she was ranting like a woman or... She said, if I say the things, I can't say it out. That she was saying it. Probably she has been harassed, either sexually or whatever it is. Metaphor, these men in power, especially our senators, they are pigs. No. These men are pigs. If you see them talk, you ask yourself that these are the kind of people making laws in Nigeria. Look at the constitution of their house. Somebody will come out, respect the Senate president, blah, blah, blah. The way she was bloody fucking elected, sorry from part of my F language, was the same way Akpabio was elected in his constituency. But what has happened in that hollow chamber, all of them now form cartels. Listen to Kingibe, she said they practically beg. If you don't get levels, you practically beg for people to lobby and agree to it. So what they do, Metaphor, I don't know how it works there. So you want to do a project, but you need to get some people to support you before the house can look at it as something that makes sense and they pass it. And that's why a lot of people do not speak. They just go there and collect the money sharing and get out at the end of the day. If they are padding budget, these smaller guys are not involved. These people from one party or two parties, they are not involved in their padding budget. That's why you don't see anything coming to their places. You were here the last time Kingibe was talking about, you know, how Wike was terrorizing her. How Wike, what did Akpabio do? You're telling her, and woman, tell you, I don't feel comfortable. Even my job as a senator, a minister is bulldozing me, is gagging me up, and I don't feel comfortable. This is somebody coming to express to her colleagues. And what did they do? They made her feel less of herself. What happened about that? Nothing. Is she relevant in the scheme of things in Abuja? Metaphor, you know the answer. Do you hear about Kingibe in Abuja? They muzzle the woman up.
Well, so Charlie P, sorry to cut you there, but does this probably mean that most of the parliamentarians just go there for the money? They don't particularly go there to go, you know, force down the will of the people that they represent.
They cannot force down the will of the people. That's the problem.
Metaphor, you remember, Charlie P, don't be offended. Good morning, sir. You remember when I was telling you that they control even the persons who speak? Like, they literally appoint, they have a meeting before a meeting. Then they will now say, so no matter how rough you want to be, if you raise your hand till tomorrow comes, they will just point out the people they want. So when they said that thing about El Rufai, they knew Tinubu and Akpabio planned it before that time, and they use an opposition senator. So these things are very simple. So that is why me, as a person, till tomorrow, I won't blame the Labour Party senators. Nobody should tell me, oh, they are this, they are. It's not. I don't believe that. They have nothing. They cannot fight for anything. You literally see Soto in way that they shouting on Akpabio. The highest you can do is
He
suspend me.
yes.
Now,
Metaphor, these guys are draconic. That Dracula put that house. That cartel. That cartel. Metaphor, they don't go there to talk about the people. I don't blame these people going there. And most of them, if they don't test that small money now, they want their political ambition to grow. That's why they are forced to. That's why I said, I don't know most of the people defecting, are they joining the party because of their greed? But some of them, Metaphor, they choke them. They can't talk. You go bring bill, nobody go read them. You go bring bill, and that's why they use the word lobbying. That's why they use the word lobbying. The only time I encourage lobbying, if it's something that is not of national interest, but you think it can change the course of conversation. But some of these things people are bringing are very, very important. That's why they are there to represent their people. Everybody should be heard and put them together. But no. Metaphor. Forget what you see there. And that's why somebody will come and read one useless constitution in the Senate. The Senate, this thing. Why would they? And they need to look at you see, that's the problem I have with our leaders. You know, when you get carried away in the madness, in the shenanigans, or the rhetoric of a stupid document, people do not rise up to speak. And that's why you see ex-governors going there. Why will a Senate president suspend somebody and tell the person to walk out? What could be so bad if somebody is standing up to speak? The Senate president's job, in quote, his job most importantly is to coordinate, articulate the challenges of people's constituency and pass it on if they need to get a bill, and say that is his job. But no, what we have now is a Senate president acting like a president of 109 people, telling them when to talk, when not to talk, how to talk. That is the problem. He's there to serve other senators to get their input of how they can change if this thing makes sense or not. But people will not read that part of it. His job is just coordination. That is his job as a Senate president, is to coordinate. And put it in put every situation in priority list, whether this is high, low, or medium. That is the job of the Senate president. What else is the Senate president in there? That's his job. But now, what do we have? No, you cannot talk. Your own is not really important. Oh, you're in the minority. Oh, this. Oh, that. To the extent some of the money where they share. Metaphor, what about this man? Chukwudema, what's the name of this man where begin the sing Canary song, say they don't get access to Tinubu? What's the name of this? That was a Buhari. Metaphor, if you remember the man that said they don't have access to Tinubu, that Tinubu is forming like a mini god. Like he had access to Buhari.
No, I can't remember this fellow. Sorry, I live abroad. I'm not entirely in tune to what's going on
so,
there.
What did he say?
I know the guy. I will remember the
guy. There are sometimes they even share money. Some of the money they share, they won't touch the smaller guys. They go corner and dagbo am. They reach them. He was the one that exposed the pardon now. Chukwudema was the one that exposed the budget pardon for last year.
His name is Ningin from Bauchi State.
I've been Ningi or something. Although the man is a stupid man, my better for saying a better person.
I'll be ringing. The man
they all come together. The man said what they do, they come together and agree what part of money should be in the district. And not everybody is carried along. So when somebody will say let them dissolve that Senate, the Senate, metaphor, that's just a part of Nigerian resources.
Well, here's what I think, Charlie P. I think Nigerians, if they're serious-minded with this unfolding at the Senate House yesterday, Nigerians really ought to come out and ask for Akpabio's resignation, because.
But metaphor, these PDP senators, that woman is not even Labour Party. Yeah, she's in PDP. At least there are more than 30 PDP senators there. All of them were just looking. They didn't even say anything. Not even talking about staging a walkout. They didn't even say anything. What I'm saying is this: that particular action is very controversial. If it was the time APC was starting, they would have staged a walkout. We remember what they did when they wanted to screen Obanikoro. They were not having numbers, but they walked out.
Oh yeah, I
What
remember
is
that
all
one.
this
Yeah.
nonsense? But these idiots were there. All of them were there. They suspended the other guy for talking about budget padding. They kept quiet. They are doing this one. They are keeping
Okay,
quiet.
so say
They
this
couldn't
begs the
even.
question: if Nigeria Parliament is this polarized, like in one direction, if you like, and what's the hope for Nigeria? We don't have a parliament that can even oppose the executive government.
Metaphor, you know our problem. Metaphor, you did develop country. Metaphor, sometimes we deceive ourselves. Metaphor, you have a system, and I'm sure you're looking at your laptop right now. Metaphor, if your system they hang, they try open one file, they try open this page, and they hang. What do you do? What is the first troubleshooting that you would do? Is it not to restart?
Yes, of course, it's to restart it. Yes.
Simple. So we cannot keep sewing a tongue cloth. Metaphor, you don't they chop money. Metaphor, don't wear trousers, they tear for say if they wear jeans, the first place where they tear now, then your brocos. Because as they tear, don't miss it, don't weak. Metaphor, no matter the kind of needle and everything where you do, he know he's strong. The only way if he still manage survival, maybe if you bring cloth again, a new cloth way strong, put on there, come pattern. But everybody go know say you don't patch or you change it. Then we need to start changing. We need to change something.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm
really.
telling you, we need to change something. We cannot continue with these idiots. We cannot. So metaphor, there is no hope. People that turned your holy chambers to on your mandate, which shall stand. People that turn that kind of madness. They're supposed to represent 250 million people. And they took their loyalty to one man, and you are asking what can be done. Nothing can be done. The man has gotten away with it. He sexually harassed the woman a few months ago. And everybody, he just came and made one apology. Metaphor, in developed country, that idiot should be resigning from that, from being.
Oh, of course, at once. In fact, by today, he should be making a public announcement, resigning himself from that office of the Senate of President, because
even president and leave his constituency because his constituency will not take it.
That was a very poor way to handle situations like that. The parliament is a conglomerate of free-minded people representing their constituency and their people, and they should be allowed to speak. No one should be shut down. But listen, this space is going to run for another 1 hour. If you have an opposition view to what I think as the Senate president should actually resign. His behavior was made public, yesterday in ways that should be appalling to right-thinking Nigerians. That woman did not insult his person, did not insult his office. She raised an opposition to something she did not agree with, and her voice was loud. Your voice is loud is not against the law. Your voice is loud is not an insult. Okay? And we've seen parliaments all over the world where real free people oppose bills, oppose things in the parliament with their voice going through the roof. In fact, we won't just discuss Iron Truth. We just discuss an example here now where a parliament went into a frenzy, and it was started by a woman. That video is everywhere. Was started by one. I don't know whether it's Norway or Australia. And the woman was screaming, and the rest of some member of the parliament supported her screaming and said, we did not hear that she's suspended, because they were clearly in opposition to something that the parliament was pushing forward. So
sorry, metaphor. No, besides they come out word from your mouth, and the thing they pay me. I've told you, we are in a society that do not value women, and I'm so even ashamed about our women too, because I always said they're the bedrock of every society.
Oh yes.
Check most of the uprising that has happened in Nigeria in recent times. Like the women put mouth, the thing they get with.
Yes.
But the problem I have with them is rather than looking for how to be politically involved, supporting and driving and making sure, what do? They have conditioned their mind in looking for how they can be equal with men, or because they are this or because of that. And that's where I have a big problem. Our society do not value women, especially at that hierarchy where we expect them to play that motherly support, that, see things from the angle of, they pain, they pain. I'm not saying we don't have bad people who are corrupt, or we don't have women in high places. But I'm talking about credible people. It took
Yes.
one woman of late memory, Dora Akuili, when she was the speaker, waiting be presidential spokesman, waiting in the color that time. Waiting the name of that role where Chukudema way Nweke Junior hold that time. Minister of Information. Yeah.
Minister of
She
Information, yeah.
took the bold step when Nigerians were playing politics with the death of Yar'Adua to come out to say, let's stop deceiving Nigerians. This man is incapable. He's incapacitated. And from there, the trajectory of the country changed. And that was what gave credence to GEJ. There was a woman boldly telling the senators, you guys are playing politics with the life of that, and now they say will be 180 million people.
Exactly.
Now, this man is not fit to rule.
You know, Charlie P, I have argued that any society that does not embrace the value of women or respect women might as well just start digging their grave.
Nigeria is one of them. That's why we are where we are today.
And that's why we're where we are today. Okay, let's allow that speaker come in. UAL, thanks for coming. Your views are regarded here, whether it's in opposition or not. But I don't think that senator insulted or Akpabio's person or his office. I think she had the right to air her objection however she seemed fit. I don't think that the way she was treated was right. And I think that the Senate president should even start resigning his office, because there's overwhelming evidence that he has not even been managing the parliament properly. He's gone into all kinds of dispute with several people and all that. I think he should resign his office. Perhaps he cannot manage that office properly. But what do you think, UAL?
Okay, thank you, my brother. I like the way you said every view is accepted here. So I just want us to remove this thing based on gender. I know Akpabio has been somehow in the past, but let's put the context of what happened currently into perspective. Remove gender issues here. One, I believe every society or organization have their own ethics, principles, and rules that guide them. Like here in this forum we are now, forum or platform we are here, I requested for mic, you give me a mic, and I waited, you asked me to speak. That is a procedure. Had it been I violated it, you would have scolded me or thrown me out. That is, we have to understand it. So the Senate have their own procedure. One, there was a decamp, a lot of massive decamp from the minority to the majority. Then the chief whip now remind the House about their procedure of seat arrangement, which everybody it's like it's a rules that guide everyone in the Senate, and everybody abides by it. Then there is a seat arrangement. After the seat arrangement, Natasha refused to go to her seat. That is a stubborn attitude towards the Senate and towards the principles of Senate. Then the man raised it up on the House, saying if she will maintain sitting in that seat, she will not speak and she will not be given audience to speak until she go to the seat allotted to her and represent her people, which is the Senate rule. And everybody, from once, if you come into the House from day one, you started abiding by those rules till you become 4th, 5th, 6th time person. So why will Natasha refuse to go to the seat allotted to her? Then Akpabio, I'm not a fan of APC or Akpabio, but Akpabio is trying to protect the integrity of the Senate, telling Natasha, no, you are not going to speak here, because Natasha wanted to object the chief whip. He said, no, you are not going to speak here. You must go to the seat allotted to you before you speak. Then she went awry. So how will you punish Akpabio in these circumstances? To me, let's forget his history. In this case that happened, how will you punish Akpabio or suspend Akpabio? Let's remove male, female, gender issues here.
Let's talk about the integrity of the Senate. To me, that's my own 2 cents.
Sorry, UAA, can I ask you a question?
Yes, brother.
Good morning, my greetings. Is she the first person doing it? Is she the
I don't
second
know.
person
I
doing
don't
it?
know. I don't
So
know.
we need to be honest about all these conversations. They all know what they are doing. See, UL, our people talk, say, anybody when Papa say may go thief. They used to it in 2-leg break door.
Charlie P, have you not seen the video where Akpabio did the
That's
same
what I'm
thing?
saying.
The
That's what I'm
video
asking
is
UAL. See, this is what we call precedence. When Buhari entered, he was choosing everybody from his family house. And now everybody's saying Tinubu does not do the right thing. If I was Tinubu, I'll wait. If my wife born, that small picking go be minister. Yeah, we can come here to start morally justifying 2 wrongs cannot make it right. And I ask again, UL, is she the first person doing it? Is she the second? Is she the third? Is she the fourth? If you're in Akpabio's shoe, if I was in Akpabio's shoe, the integrity has been broken. You don't have a moral justification to come out and tell somebody to do the right thing when you have not uphold the right thing as a person. And that's the problem I have in Nigeria. Somebody will tell you, don't you know, you're talking to an elder and everything, but the elders shown any sign of quality leadership. We can come here and start making, look at how you made it very distant. Anybody that hears this side now will say, oh, she did the wrong thing. I would say she did the wrong thing if I'm not following the house. And I ask again, is she the first person doing it? Couldn't have Akpabio managed it properly. Metaphor said his job is to coordinate. His job is to manage. He's the father of that house. He has stubbornly done it and everything. What stops the Senate to say, okay, Natasha, can you come? At least he has the right to authorize her to come and let them talk one-on-one. They've done it before.
Okay, Charlie P.
Nothing stops him from standing up there to go meet her. They've done it before. So
Charlie
what are we
P.
saying?
Charlie P. Let me bring a perspective to this conversation in response to UAL. So UAL, I think the Senate President should resign his office. He has demonstrated that he does not have the capacity to manage situations like that. And here's what I mean. Yeah, you are quite right. Houses like that must have their rules. Okay, they must have their rules. However, every member of that parliament have the right to air their views. If any member of that parliament is airing their views in violation of the rules, the member of the parliament should not be shut up and disrespected like that. Allow the person to finish. Look, every view that is lodged in parliament is noted. And all the Senate President would have done is allow her finish all her ranting. And when she finishes her ranting, he will tell her that what your complaint right now that you've just lodged will not be taken in because it's not lodged in accordance with the rules. And that's it. You don't have to be ordering people to chuck her out. You don't have to disrespect her like that. No. She's an equal parliamentarian. She has the right, to air her view. But she did not air her view in accordance with the rules. So let her finish all the ranting. When she's finished, she will finish the ranting. She eventually finishes. When she finishes, you tell her that everything that you've just said right now will not be taken in because you have not lodged it in accordance with the rules. That's it. And the parliament continues. So I think Senator Akpabio, he does not have the capacity to manage parliament. I don't think he has. And there are many government officials in Nigeria that are not qualified for the job that they've been entrusted with. Well, most of them were not even entrusted with the job by the Nigerian people. We continue to have people that are unqualified in our offices. That's why we have some of the problems that we have. And Akpabio has just demonstrated to someone like me, I don't know about you, that he does not have the capacity to manage that office. Look at the way he treated a parliamentarian. Like I said before, again and again here, that she may have violated the rules. She may have. First and foremost, let us establish that her high voice is not an insult. Her high voice is not an insult. But she may have violated the rules in lodging that complaint. All the parliament need to do is let her finish. She will finish all that ranting. And when she finishes the ranting, tell her that her complaint has not been lodged because it has been lodged in violation of the House rules. It's as simple as that. That if she wishes to lodge a complaint, she has to go and follow the rules. So she will go and start again and follow the rules. You don't have to disrespect, treat her in such manner. And we have just shown the whole world that we don't have respect and regards for our women. So look, whether it's a woman, UAE, UAL, or whether it's a man, if Akpabio did that to a man, it's the same thing. He shouldn't do that. He should allow him or her to finish lodging whatever they are lodging. And when they finish, that particular complaint lodge will not be recognized because it has been lodged in violation of the house rules. This is how it's done. We have to treat people with respect. We don't talk down on people, and now it's not urging them to throw her out of the parliament. That is just wrong.
And sorry, metaphor, UAL, situations like this, we don't, yeah, it might not be a gender thing, so I agree with you. But UAL, you cannot keep walking on eggshell and think you're walking on marble. It would always twist because that's a woman. It's a very sensitive layer that needs to be managed with utmost. And there are not many in the house to even start with. There are not many in the house. Almost all the whole women there, apart from those that are not talking from the north. But almost all the women in the house that are outspoken, I probably have had issues with them. Why? 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 Except you don't want to talk. You just come sit down there, collect your sitting allowance, and get that from there.
You know, at this.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. It's very difficult when you bring a matter like this and we try to front gender issue first. It's very difficult for we to navigate it. I understand the issue about management skills or leadership style of each person. Everybody have his own, and to me, there is no one unique way to manage people. It depends on the situations, then you can apply any best way.
UL, just a minute. Sorry to interrupt you there. Please hold in your thoughts. If you apply for a job, UAL, if you apply for a job, that office that you're applying for have its duties. So the employer will look at your skill set, for instance, your skill set, your experience, your history, and all that, to see whether you actually match, you closely match the duties of that office. Okay, so there's no generalized way, of course, for certain managements to behave, but they must be closely matched to the duties.
Okay, can I
hold on, UAL. Hold on a minute, UAL. Just a minute. Hold on, please. The duty of the Senate President, I think Nigerians should just go and check what the responsibility of the Senate President is. Okay. And I have checked again and again. The responsibility of the Senate President is to ensure that the will of the Parliament is reached, that the Parliament is managed properly, and so on and so forth. Yeah. The issue here is that the Senate President have shown again and again that he does not have the capacity to manage that house, because having somebody thrown out of the house because the person did not follow the rules is not proper management. That's like some sort of dictatorial kind of thing. That's not management at all. That's not it. Yeah, and that's like a boss. That's like he's saying that he's the owner. He's not a private company, and all that. Even private companies. Well, in modern society, even private companies, the boss cannot talk down on the employee. The employee has rights. Do you understand? So that's what the purpose of this space is, just to say that Akpabio has disrespected that woman. Okay, and he does not have the capacity to be the Senate President. I've said again and again that woman may have violated the procedure. If you're on this space from the beginning, yeah, she might have violated the procedure. Yeah, she may have violated the procedure in lodging that complaint. But a parliament, allow her to finish. Let her finish. In fact, if I was the Senate President, I'll just be looking at her. I have the whole house quiet and be listening to her. When she finish,
can we go ahead? Can we move on?
Yeah, exactly. When she finish, we tell her, Madam, your complaint that you have lodged, will not be taken by the House because it has been lodged in violation of the procedure. If you feel like lodging this procedure, go and start again and follow the procedure and lodge.
No,
That's it.
sorry. If it was, I'm not a fan of Saraki, but do you think Saraki would have managed it a lot better?
Okay, to continue from, I will answer your question. Yeah, I believe Saraki is more skillful, more kind of a team management player. He will handle this thing very quietly, and the uproar would not have been like this. Sometimes Senate always there is somebody said it there is meeting after meeting. This is not the first time of Natasha doing this. Had it been somebody like Saraki, he would have maybe the first day or the second time, he would just send somebody to her or come and meet her after the sitting. Say, please, I don't want to embarrass you in the sittings, but look at, you have to move to your seat, just like that, a team player, everything move on, So that's what I'm saying. Everybody have his own leadership style. But I want to correct something Metaphor said. To apply or to employ a leader is not more of skills. It's more of best fit, company fit. It's not about skills fit. So that's what I said. I wanted to correct you earlier. It's not about leadership. It's about company or vision fit, not about skills.
What is vision fit?
I said company. Company has its own.
Company fit.
Wait. Let me come now. A company have its own culture, its own values. So this is what companies look when they are looking for a senior manager, not a skills. I'm telling you this, okay? So what I'm trying to say,
let's not.
Okay, Charlie, let's correct
this. So we don't.
Let him lodge his opinion. It's okay.
No, let's correct this impression before we carry on the
wrong. Okay, correct.
Company fits in our skills. Number one key thing is people management. Nobody's going to ask you operational work. Nobody's going to ask you execution job. It's about people management. Yeah, you need to have all those cultural and behavior. But number one is people management. People management, because it's very difficult. It's being able to harness people with the right skills to deliver those objectives, that can manage people to drive the execution flawlessly, on time with no errors. It is a skill if you know not.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for bringing that clarity, Charlie. People, let UAL lodge his opinion.
Go try and see if you can go through it. It's based on company fit, not based on skills fit to hire.
Okay, UAL, lodge your opinion. Let's have your opinion on this. You've been arguing on the negative. You think that she had acted improperly. So let's have your view. Why do you think she acted improperly?
Because to me, you people have been saying it as if immediately the issue started, Akpabio tried to send her out. No, Akpabio was after the whip say something, make his suggestion. Then Akpabio hit that's agreed and said she will go back to her seat. Then she now started objecting about Akpabio. Then Akpabio gave her the audience that you are not authorized to object me since you are sitting there. If you go to your seat allocated to you, you can. That is it. But Akpabio did not send her out immediately or try to suspend her immediately. It's when she started shouting, then Akpabio now said she will be suspended or try to call the arms of this guard to send her out. So to me, let's not. Somebody might be of a bad behavior, but to me, in this situation, I don't see Akpabio wrong, and I cannot just because of Natasha is a woman. I said, okay, Akpabio should use this brush, but this is Akpabio's type of leadership. Maybe he's an authoritarian, so he's just trying to enforce law immediately. So if what Akpabio is doing, if you take it to court or to any place, he's right. You cannot.
Okay. UAL. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we've seen where the side that you lie on. Hang in there, UAL. Let's have pharmacies. Pharmacies. Thanks for coming. What do you think? What do you think about this?
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me very well?
Loud and
Yeah.
clear, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes people always say, yes, I've watched the video and everything, and the woman refused to sit down on her seat, and Akpabio now was like, okay, you will not be allowed to speak, and she got up and started talking before Akpabio now sent the chief whip to get her out. And when she was talking, and these men were apologized to her, so please just keep quiet. Akpabio now made the statement of, I think she has to be suspended. Now, I don't want people to start saying this thing as if they were denigrating women. Look, let me just tell you the truth. In Nigeria, we know that woman was even lucky that she was a woman. She was respected because she was a woman. If it was a man, they will tear her shirts, they will beat her, they will beat him, throw him out of the house. Because the leadership, the kind of we have this authoritarian leadership where anybody who sees himself as a Senate president sees himself as a general, and everybody will sit down and listen to him. We don't have respect for our subordinates. Even in the health sector, you can be made to fail an exam if you see your chief coming and you don't say, Chief, good morning, sir. You can be made to fail an exam. And that is the kind of nature we find ourselves. We have this issue of always denigrating our subjects. We have seen the likes of Dino Melai beating, shed, torn for opposing the leadership of the House. We have seen people, Chinda, use the mace to beat in the what they call it, in the house in Port Harcourt. So this thing, she was just respected because she was a woman. That is why they just felt, okay, fine, let's not touch her, because if we touch her and all that, people will say, you are beating a woman, and they'll call this woman. She was just lucky, I'm telling you. If she was a man, and what was she saying? Was she right in a way? She said, I will not want to sit down. You can't be, I will sit down. Okay, this is not my seat and all that. This is fine. She has a whole right to say, yes, this is her main seat and all that. And then you cannot just keep muscling her up and down. But she was being respected because she's a woman. And I don't want that narrative to say she was denigrated because she's a woman. They only respected her because if she was a man, I bet you she may just come with a bleeding head.
Okay, so pharmacists, in other words, what you're saying is that even the treatment that they gave to her was, though I find that intolerable, but even the treatment that they gave to her was the best because she was a woman. That if it was actually a man, would have been treated worse.
Yes, no, they would have beaten the hell out of her.
No, sorry, pharmacy was Akpabio beaten when he did the same thing to what's his name? To the former Senate president. Was he beaten?
No, the truth about it is that Akpabio may not have been beaten. Why? Because maybe because he was a former governor, he has influence in the house.
You don't change goalposts now.
No.
Okay, gentlemen, pharmacists. Yeah. UAL brought a very important point here that we must consider. Yeah. And the point is that the house rules were changed.
Yes.
Okay, so house rules is house rules.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's a man or a woman, regardless of whether the person was a governor or not the governor before, the house rules were changed and everybody must abide by the house rules. So here we have a woman, that refused to abide by the house rules in lodging whatever complaint that she's lodging. And she was treated in the way that she was treated and was asked to leave. In fact, the Senate president asked them to chuck her out in the manner that he did. Do you think that was right?
Okay, since they've changed the house rules, because if you listen to what she was saying, if you go and watch the video well, she said they always shut her down whenever she wants to make a comment. And then why I blame the Senate president was because at least he would have given her a listening ear. Okay, fine. Since you feel that you are being marginalized and all that, okay, what do you want to say? And all that. I think she would have been given a listening ear.
Sorry, pharmacy. Now, sorry, not to cut you short. Sorry, pharmacy. If you notice, everybody in the minority party always complain about this being shut up in the house.
I know.
They don't allow them talk.
I know. I know. That is why if Akpabio, if you look at it away, was a little bit harsh. But what I'm trying to pass out now is that she was still accorded a little respect because she was a woman. Because if she was a man, they would have pounced on him, and in short, they would tear her shirt and beat her up. It's not today they used to do this thing and all that. Look at
but pharmacies, some pharmacies, that tells, that tells the whole world now. What you're saying, that tells the whole world the kind of parliamentarians that we have. We have rascals.
But that's
probably
the truth
criminals
now.
as
Am I hiding it?
parliamentarians.
Am I hiding it? Go and
Because
check our
just a minute, pharmacies. Because the truth is that if that is how our parliaments treat their colleagues, then we have criminals, rascals, thugs as parliamentarians. Because no one, just a minute, pharmacies, because no one has the right to lay their hand on another person. No one has the right to lay their hand on, regardless of what the person have done. Only the authorities have the right, of course, to arrest the person and prosecute the person. And that does not also include laying hand on the person. Except as a judicial punishment that has been met on that person.
Metaphor where they carry us go. A pharmacy doctor is saying.
I'm not disagreeing with pharmacies. I'm not disagreeing. I'm only trying to tell pharmacies that our parliament is, so by this now, we are saying that our parliament is full of criminals and thugs.
But that's what it is.
Metaphor, that is what it is. Look at the Lagos State Assembly now. Look at Lagos State Assembly. Look at what DSS did in Lagos State Assembly just day before yesterday. Should I be mentioning them? Chinda that is following Wike up and down. Do you know what they did to Chinda? They used nails to scatter his head.
What about tomorrow again? The current governor of Delta State.
Is it today? It's not today. These people, look, what we have in that house, they are rascals. Go and check videos. Go and check videos.
So essentially,
they have bundled Dimon out of the house. They tore his shirt, beat him black and blue with blood stain. It's on the internet. Dino Melaye that you're seeing.
And that was done by the parliamentarians.
Yes, nothing happened. Nothing will happen. I said she was respected because she was a woman.
No, is this really true, pharmacies?
Because she was a woman, that's why they don't respect her.
I will not accept what pharmacies saying until I see real evidence.
Okay,
because this is far reaching.
Just Google Dino Melaye beating inside the house.
This is far reaching. This is far reaching. And if this is true, then essentially our parliamentarians are we have criminals and thugs and rascals for parliamentarians, for our representative, and we are in big trouble. But I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that.
Metaphor. Did you see where Sawa reporters said they even saw guns in the this of the ex-speaker of Lagos State of Asas office? Did you see where DSS came into this thing to go and lock it? Haven't you see where parliamentarians they jump fence, climb fence, and jumping fence during Goodluck Jonathan's era? This is what you see.
Pharmacies. We have one of the listeners here that said something here. Listen to what he said. He said, "Waiting these pharmacies the yarn. Why is he sounding like a miscreant?" Damn you. Okay. Akpabio wasn't beaten when he did it because he was a past governor. But if Natasha was a man, she would have been beaten. Yeah. Okay. So, Jesu Tofumi, you probably want to ask for the mic. Please come and clarify this to us. I don't quite understand your remarks. Pharmacies is saying that if just a minute, pharmacies is saying that if that woman was a man, she would have met harsher treatment. What do you think?
Metaphor, to put it a little bit clearer anyway, I don't think, with the exception of, I think when Omar Agege stole Mace in the Senate, I don't think there have been any time they fought. But in House of Reps, it happened a lot of times, like from the time of Patricia Ete, if you remember.
Yeah, so that's how I've seen House of Reps, but the Senate, I don't know. I don't know.
No. I don't think they have ever fought in this. Except I missed something anyway, but they have not fought and all these things. So Senate House of Rep has a lot of people, a lot of people inside there.
Okay, well, thanks for that. Thanks for
metaphor,
that. Pharmacies,
metaphor. Let me just
round up your thoughts.
If
Yeah.
metaphor, let me tell you what happened. If that lady was a man and she has refused, if they tell him to leave and he has refused, the next thing they will go and drag him out of the house, and the problem there will be a scuttle. And if he's not lucky, he will be beaten up. I'm telling you, that's what will happen. But
Okay,
if he had left, if they say
No,
leave the
all
house
the rascality,
and he leaves,
all the
fine,
rascality
better.
that involve blows. Wait, pharmacy, all the rascality that involve blows in Nigeria, Parliament, none has happened in the Senate, and that I stand to be corrected anyway. Where they fought physically, but in House of Reps, a lot of, I think at least I can remember one or two incidents.
Yeah, I know that one. But not the Senate. I don't know about the Senate. Please enlighten me. Maybe I'm not really seeing what's going on.
That's what I'm saying now. Charlie P, if you remember, I talk about Omar Agege when he stole the maize. Yeah, he ran away with the maize so that they will not speak.
Before he ran away, they fought.
Yeah. What happened that time was that they were trying to stop. They wanted to do something that he wanted to stop. So I think there was a sitting, was it election or something? So he ran away with the maize. That was in the first that Bukola Saraki time when they wanted to make Bukola Saraki Senate president or something like that. So I've forgotten the exact incident where he stole the maize and ran away. So the second time he returned, he was rewarded with being a deputy Senate president. So the case of those things is not a common Senate thing like they will not start beating him. I don't think it will be, because we've seen not just Akpabio, a lot of people have done it in the Senate, in that same Senate. If you watch plenary, you will see a lot of it now. I will tell you, leave there. The person will say, who are you? We elected together. So what they usually do is either they off the mic or they turn off the light. So whatever happens after that, you may not know. But they would have. Well, I don't know.
Look, like I said, UAL brought in a very important point here that must be recognized. And like I said from the onset of this space, that the woman may have violated the rules of the House, but her yelling on top of her voice is not an insult to the Senate president or anyone in the House. It's not an insult to the Senate president office or anybody's office in that House. Yelling is not an insult. It's not defined as an insult. Okay, it's when you say a word, a bad word, like you're mad, you're crazy, imbecile, all this kind of, really bad word, that's an insult. So anyone that says that the woman insulted the Senate president person or his office, that person is wrong. Okay, yelling on top of a voice is not an insult of any sort. That's just yelling on top of your voice. And the way the Senate president handled the situation, in my opinion, is awfully wrong. That just basically shows that he does not have the skills to run the office that he has been appointed to. He ought to allow her to complete all her thingy. And then when she finishes, he will tell her that everything she has lodged here will not be taken in, that she has violated the rules of the House in lodging it. She needs to correct that by going to observe the rules of the House. And I think that means that the only way she can lodge that complaint successfully again is if she returns back to the seat that she's been appointed to. And she has to return back to the seat. It's as simple as that. I believe that the way she was approached by the Senate president, is disrespectful to her as a woman. And again, not even just anybody, the Senate president shouldn't have addressed it like that. Should have allowed him or her to finish. When they finish, that complaint will not be taken in. In fact, that complaint will not be recorded. The parliament will just continue their business. They will tell the person that you have lodged it in violation of the parliament. Go and lodge it correctly. And the parliament continues. So look, we have to get to a point where we act like civilized people. I think that, and we've seen many instances, my brothers and sisters, where our women are disrespected like that. There are better ways to handle matters like that. I don't think that, we should even allow our government officials to treat not just even our women, anybody like that. That person is occupying the office that she was appointed to by her people. means she has the capacity to occupy that office. She's just not a non-entity. In fact, where I even got more upset was when he ordered that she should be chalked out. What is this? Is it kinder? Are we back in high school? What is this? This is one of the highest office, environment in the land. We don't behave like that. We behave like, mature, civilized people. If the woman refuses to walk away from that seat, let her sit down there. Anything that comes out of her will not be recognized by the house. And they don't need to yell back at her to affirm this. Look, gentlemen, that's what I would do.
Metaphor, they don't need running. Pharmacists, you and I know if a man has committed that sitting, nobody will talk. They will just leave him there and walk away. Most of the children they quarrel and fight for a house. Now money share and expose.
Exactly.
They are not because of seat position. Now money share. Waiting to make them fight for house. And money share.
Charlie P, do you remember?
Actually, yeah. All the fight actually even broke out in the house was about money. It was not about.
Alfonso, Charlie P, do you remember this man that used to speak a lot of grammar? I remember this was his name again.
Patrick
Do you know how many times I was just speaking grammar, I mean, disturbing the parliament? Everybody would just be laughing. They would not take. They would take him seriously.
And the speaker would just be shouting all that.
I mean, all I'm saying is that Akpabio has shown to people like me that he does not have the capacity to manage an office. He's one of those people that are in offices that they really shouldn't be in. Okay, because there's no need to disrespect the woman like that. Or whether it's a man, disrespect the man like that. In the end, if the man has violated the rules and the man is insisting that he wants to speak, let him speak. When he finishes, if he insists that he will sit on these seats that he's not supposed to sit, let him sit there. The parliament will continue. Anything that comes out of him will not be taken in, will not be recorded,
but
will not be
accepted. Empty holy chamber, a holy chamber that is empty where nobody they sit down.
Exactly. So we have their way. All I'm saying that their way to deal with this. It was a total disrespect.
There was a time from the video. There was a time I saw they turned off our mic and they later turned it on. So what was the sense of
they were turning
things?
It on and turning it off? And like I said, and it's simple. And I still stand.
So supposing they didn't want people to hear what you were saying.
Metaphor, seriously, I'm not making this thing. If it's something that plays on the basis of disrespect and not bringing gender into it, a lot of these men degenerate, disrespect mostly the women. Let's forget the men fight. The men fight now most times in cartel. When one or two people stand up, buzz. They have a lot of this, and Akpabio has shown it several times. It can't be escaped. Actually, you need to go and listen to King Ibe. She was just careful with words. Then I don't want to talk about some of these small people who carry one party come. They don't talk. Metaphor, if you hear Ifeanyi talk, this one at least I know I'm not a rich house. If you hear Ifeanyi talk, Ifeanyi a lobbyist. And that was why it was easy for him to. He was in YPP, but he drank and ate and everything. But there are people who do not, there are people who have better integrity. Ifeanyi does not have integrity. He's just there listening. How many things he even push for house, go to talk? How many things we in talk? You don't have to lobby, they collect money, they pass budget, they will come, they use them. They put camera for name with a clap for him. I'm not saying he's a bad person. But the question is, there is some autocratic militarization of process. Yeah, there's an autocratic militarization of process in the chamber that needs to be corrected. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. It is not a free for fair all. Sometimes they will tell you why you're not in the party with the largest number of seats. Should it be coming out? The people voted these people to come and represent them. Metaphor, you be lawyer now. If you dig deep, if they tell you what did happen for the house, you go shock. The military process they run there, and I keep saying it. Nobody has ever been disrespected from sitting in this thing. How they go leave the person? They go leave the person, and the man will run finish. And they listen. But coming at that woman at such time, as she said, anytime I want to talk, I'm being shut up. This same thing. Metaphor, check the preliminary of this thing. For women to talk, did they get some of the men's backup? But should it be that way? For some people to talk, they need backup from people to tell them, oh yeah, go talk. before a senator, president like Akpabio will open mic for them to talk. Should it be that way? Our people talk say if you come on your head, your eye go to show, you go begin see. Metaphor, if there is no disorganization, if there is no how will I put it? If there is no uncoordinated leadership in the house, this woman no go try this rubbish. She knows, she's seen, she's there. All we can say is say what we see from the outside, and everybody will come and bring one or two law or the process to back it up. These people see every day. You know, metaphor, this is a country that when you are passionate to do some certain things, you get into that place. That passion and that energy that you want to use to change the things for your people, it will fall like a pack of cards.
And you know, they are advising Nigerians to Nigerians that are complaining to go to run for office, like run for constituency, what do you call it, offices and all that. And then when you run, exactly, when you go into places and you find those kind of gangs that have taken over the place, how can your voice ever be heard?
Look at
how can you even succeed?
Look at El-Rufai's son in the House of Rep. Well articulated young man. But in as much as I don't have any distinction with the guy, but if you hear the guy speak, he speaks carefully. Before he throws one word, he will acknowledge the elders in the house. He will acknowledge the experienced criminals in the house. He will now come and, do you need to do all those things? Do we need to do this? His people elected him.
Okay, well, Charlie P, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. I've thought about this. I think Nigerians really ought to be calling the Senate president to resign his office. You know, he has demonstrated that he cannot manage the affairs of that office by what he did, especially when he ordered that the woman be taken out of parliament in that manner. You know, there are better ways. It shows that he does not have the skill sets to manage the office that he was appointed to. Perhaps, you know, he was appointed to man the office to protect interests. Like most offices, and I'm talking about government offices in Nigeria, they're not manned by people that actually have the skill set. They're not manned by people that are qualified for the office that they are appointed to. It's unfortunate that this is some of the problems with Nigeria. You know, somebody like that shouldn't have been treated that way. Not even especially a woman, you know, be treated and be ordered to be chalked out. What is she? Is she a cattle? You cannot order a person like that to be chalked out of the way. Let her sit down. Let her scream. When she has finished screaming, let her sit down. Nothing she does there will be taken, you know, in. Nothing that will be recognized because she's in violation of the rules. Look, we are civilized people. Yeah, we are civilized people. We're in a civilized world. If somebody comes in and they don't vote, especially if the president is a member of that house, the only time that the authority should order the police or any of the security to take somebody out is that person is not a member of the house. That person is not supposed to be there. That person has no right to be there. Then, of course, the security could be alerted to come and take this person out. But this woman is a member of that house. Okay, and she's clearly not in observance of the rules of the house. Just let her be. But she will even recognize that nothing she says there or anything she does there will be taken in by the house. It will be regarded as inadmissible. Yeah, why? Because she's not in observance of the rules. You know, and the parliament can do that without even raising a voice on her, without even saying nothing on her, him or her. So all I'm saying is that my real issue here is not really disrespecting the woman, but Akpabio has shown that he cannot manage the Nigerian Senate. Okay, he has behaved, in my opinion, disgracefully, and he should resign. Okay, if the woman did not follow the rules of the house, ignore her. Parliament, after she has finished ranting, if she says she will not sit down, let her stand. The parliament will continue their business of parliament. But I say again, nothing she does there will be admitted. Nothing she says there will be admitted. Nothing she proposes there will be admitted. Nothing she does will be admitted at all. Until she goes and follows the rule. And when she's tired of yelling, she's seen that nobody is recognizing anything she does, she will by herself go and follow the rule. That is where advanced society work. They don't treat people with disrespect, disregard. Where I got really upset was when the Senate president ordered that they should chuck her out. Don't, you can't do that. Don't order that they should chuck her out. Why should they chuck her out? You know that she's not a cattle. She's a legal member of that parliament. But she's not following the rules. Yes, of course. She's not following the rules. Ignore her. I mean, why do we have to? Why do we have to have leaders like this? Leaders that, in my opinion, don't know how to manage our affairs. We have leaders that don't know how to manage our affairs true and true. This is one of the reasons we have all the problems that we have. Something like this would have never even seen the light of day if the Senate president had just addressed it differently. Like, allow her to finish. And just, the House just ignore her and continue the House business. Because believe me, brothers, that woman will finish yelling. She will finish her yelling. She's not going to be yelling the whole, she will finish maybe in 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. She'll finish her yelling. And then the House will continue. Yeah, because whatever she's doing, she's not doing it in accordance with the rules of the House. You know, I have to say that in some advanced societies, nobody will even raise a word to her. They'll just watch her finish yelling. When they finish yelling, the parliament will continue their business. At least they will tell her that what you're doing it in violation of the rules. So if you want to be recognized or anything else, just go and follow the rules. Her by herself will go and follow the rules when nobody answers her or recognizes anything she does. Yeah, no one has the right to insult or assault anybody verbally. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the arguments that I'm making, that the way she was treated is wrong, and the Senate president have demonstrated that he does not have the capacity to manage the Senate. Yeah, because these are representatives of their different constituencies. These are representatives of people. All of those people in the House have been appointed by their people. That means they had the capacity to do their job. You know, the Senate president's office is to ensure that the will of the parliament is reached, that the parliament is in order. You know, his office is not they start bossing over everybody there. And we really need to change our mentality in Nigeria, that somebody occupies an office does not mean that that person is a lord over you. Each office duties are clear. Yeah, that it's true. That's the way it's done in every advanced society. That somebody is occupying the manager office does not mean that he's the lord over the other employees. They're all employees, and he will execute his job as a manager. Other employees will execute their job as the job that have been given to them. His job as a manager is to ensure that all that the office is managed properly. That's just his job. He's not your boss. He's not your oga to be controlling you and dictating to you and ordering you around. This is the problem with Nigerian society. Our mentality really need to change. I believe that the Senate president has misbehaved. He has acted improper, and he needs to resign. We need people that can manage the Senate properly. There are ways that would have managed that would not even that would not even come to the public. In my opinion, they would have allowed that woman to finish, and when she finished, they would have ignored her. She has clearly violated the laws of the House. There is no question about that. Okay, and that means anything she does there is inadmissible. That does not include that they have to yell at her. It does not mean that they have to try to. I even saw some of those men coming to her trying to force her out. Completely wrong. Anybody that violates the rules of the House, ignore them. As in, nothing they say or do will be admitted in that House until they go and follow the rules. And the woman did not say anything to insult the person of Akpabio or his office. Yelling on top of your voice is not an insult. It's only when you say like you're stupid, you're crazy, then it's an insult. The woman was yelling on top of her voice. How did she insult Akpabio? You know, I don't agree that the woman should apologize to Akpabio because she has not insulted Akpabio. She has violated the rules of the House. Yes. That's what she has done. Yelling on top of her voice, lodging a complaint is not an insult. She's just yelling on her voice. And she did not say an insult. She did not insult Akpabio or his office. She's just yelling on her voice and lodging a complaint. Well, look, let me end by saying this, yeah? Everything that woman did yesterday was in violation of the House rules. And Akpabio or the Senate should have managed that situation differently. Okay? And they shouldn't have ordered that the woman be chucked out of that place. What they would have done is simply ignore the woman, and every complaint she lodged would be inadmissible. Complaints is the same way in our legal profession. If you are submitting, if you are filing something in violation of the law, it's inadmissible. It's the rules. You have to follow the rules to getting things done, like the rules of gathering evidence. If you violate those laws or those rules in gathering evidence, that your evidence is inadmissible. If you lodge a motion outside of the rules of lodging a motion, that motion will not be regarded. The motion will not even be noticed. It's the same with the parliament. Parliament has rules. Every house of member of that parliament, whether the Senate or the House of Representatives, must follow those rules in lodging their complaint. If they don't follow the rules, they will be ignored. They should be just simply ignored. Anything they say or do or pass will not be noted, will not even be adhered to until they go and follow the rules. And again, I don't think that woman should be suspended. The woman basically should be ignored. And anything she does should be completely ignored until she go and follow the rule. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I am upset at the way the Senate president handled the matter. Now it's not become a public matter. You know what? Looking at how we treat our women. We need to at some point in our Nigerian society just evolve from this, in my opinion, archaic behavior. The Senate president was behaving like a dictator yesterday, ordering the house, sitting out there, take her out of here. Don't do it. Come on. First of all, she's a grown-up woman. She's a matured woman. She's representing her people. And she's a legal member of that house. And the only thing she has done wrong is violated the rules of the house. Ignore her. And ignore everything that she said. That's my opinion. I don't think she probably, if there's any apology that woman needs to lodge, she needs to lodge an apology to the house if at all, for violating the rules of the house. She does not owe Akpabio an apology. She did not insult Akpabio. She did not insult his office. She lodged a complaint in violation of the rules. Perhaps she should apologize to the house for violating the rules. Then go and obey the rules in lodging a complaint. That's what ought to be done. I think the way the house handled it was just awfully wrong. They shouldn't have treated her like that. They should have just completely ignored her. And then every other thing that she lodged there, they will not even take note of it until she followed the rules. That's what I am saying here. And I hope my argument is clear. I think the Senate president should resign from his office. He has shown this is not just the first time. We've also heard again and again that he's always having confrontation with other people. He clearly cannot manage the Senate, and it's somewhat of a rubber stamp to the executive government. Again, people have even complained several times that voices are not heard in the parliament. Opposition voices are shut down. The parliament, the Senate is behaving like a gang with Akpabio as the head of the gang. And frustrating bills that may even help improve Nigerians. I think Nigerians really need to get a grip of their parliament. This kind of behaviors in parliament really ought to be shut out. Yeah. Okay. So that's just all I wanted to say. I want to end this space. I just thought that this should be discussed. I think that Nigerians should call the Senate president to resign his office. I think he does not have a capacity to run that office. It was clear as day yesterday the way he handled that matter. He did not handle the matter professionally. He should have handled it differently. And I think that shows that once again we have the likes of Akpabio in offices that he shouldn't even be appointed to. Yeah, we don't want dictators anymore. We are all free people. And again, I keep saying that Nigerians, we act like we're still subjects or slaves or something of that sort. We are not. We're free people. I don't know, for those that didn't come earlier, I was even having a discussion with a gentleman called Chooks. I gave an example of a parliament in whether Norway or Australia, where a woman started a protest in the parliament, screaming on top of her voice, and some of the parliamentarians joined her. And they were clearly in opposition to something. It was a woman that was screaming on top of her voice in that parliament. Why was she not met by the kind of treatment that we saw in our parliament? So let's get it together. I think our people continue to act like they don't know that they have rights. Yeah, you have rights as a human being. You shouldn't just be bossed around because somebody is in a higher office than you. I think the way she was treated was wrong. She has the right to scream on top of her voice and air her disgust about something. However, that complaint will not be adhered to or recognized when she's doing it in violation of procedure. So I'm not saying that she is not in the wrong. She's in the wrong doing it in violation of procedure. However, the way she was treated by the Senate president is awfully wrong. You cannot order them to choke her out. Treat a woman like that. No. And even a man should not even be treated like that. There are ways to have addressed the situation that will make entirely different ways to address that situation. And in my opinion, it includes ignoring the person. Yeah. And ensuring that everything that person lodges. In fact, another good way is even off the mic. So when the mic is off, that person will not be heard. So the person can stay there and be, nothing the person will do in that parliament. But that's the most effective way to handle stuff without necessarily disrespecting the person. And when the person is tired of being ignored, the person would go, and follow the rules to lodge that complaint. Anyway, thank you guys for coming around. That's all I wanted to say. I think Nigeria should call the Senate president to resign his office. He clearly cannot manage the office of the Senate president. Well, thanks for coming, guys. I have to go now. Yeah, my spaces are always very brief.
Hello.
Hello, distinguished Senator Natasha. Good morning, Gima.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good morning.
You there live on air as I call you so.
Oh.
You there comfortable to talk to me? I be you go end the call, make I call you back. I be you go call back.
Oh my God, this is ordinary president, right?
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
voice.
Yes, ma'am. Distinguished Senator, ma.
I had. Okay. I'm actually confused. You've just taken me unawares.
Hey, sorry.
But I just didn't want to speak about this. I've turned down a lot of interviews and requests from television stations, but I have utmost respect for you.
Oh my goodness.
And the good work you're doing. And I just have to respond safely if they're not too direct. I don't know how to say, but anyway, go ahead, please.
This is just for you to address the world.
Oh my God.
Simple. We are not asking you any question. It's for you to address the world.
Okay. Senate President, Assistant President, Ordinary President, thank you so much for calling me. My attention was drawn that you were actually speaking about the issue on your program today. So thank you so much for your concern. But the thing is, there are certain rules in the chambers that whatever I speak of in the Senate can't be used against me. That means I can't be sued.
But outside.
But if I make any utterances, considering the fact that I am facing a lot of harassment, I have been going through a lot, and I have remained quiet because I didn't want to be interpreted wrongly. I didn't want any lawsuits against me. I just wanted to be given a chance to work. A lot of my privileges have been denied. I have been pulled out from many international activities that I was part of. That is right after that whole nightclub incident that happened last year.
Yes.
Ever since then, I have been issued. There was even a United Nations event I was supposed to attend, which the UN nominated me for. But my name was struck out that they will not promote me in any activity internationally.
Okay.
So every event I have been going for since last year have been self-sponsored. Whenever I feel an international event is of importance to my constituents, to Nigerian women, to Nigeria, I buy my tickets myself and I fund my trips myself. I just don't speak about it. So I have been going through a lot. So yesterday was just that changing my seat was more of a chance of silencing me or alienating me from being seen. Seating arrangements is very critical. Like when the nearer you sit, positions you closer before the camera and gives you an added advantage to be called upon to contribute to debates. But the seat I was now, ordinarily, I'm already sitting at the very back. If you see me, I'm sitting actually at the last seat just before the door. But then I was now moved suddenly without notice, without any information. My seat was moved to the far corner, a part where the cameras don't capture. Like if you sit over there, the cameras you won't even be captured. Nobody will even, except maybe they zoom out and they get to see you there. You will just easily be missing out. You can raise your hands up and nobody will call you. So that is why I said, no, I don't want to move to that seat. I wasn't notified. You understand? This is not a classroom. You can't just push me around. And there are other senators. There are 109 of us. Why is it me? Why do I have to move there? Why me? Just 2 weeks ago, I was removed from a committee from local content. I was moved from there because some people perceived that I was using that office to divert resources from the Niger Delta to the north. And that was not it. We have the Jakarta-Kaduna-Kano pipeline, which is going to be completed by the second quarter of this year, and we need feed gas for that. And the wake of, Nigeria is now positioning itself to be more productive, industrialization is picking up. So the factories up north, like other parts of Nigeria, we need greater electricity supply. And now we have CNG cars, vehicles being converted to CNG. There'll be a number of CNG stations across the north and every other part, like other parts of Nigeria. We need feed gas to service all of these spots. And it was even the president that assented to the executive order. So how does that, why picking on me? Like, basically, I'm not going to mention names specifically, but there's a whole lot going on. And all I would just say is, I appreciate Nigerians for standing up. I have been going through a lot. But I will not mention names.
It's okay.
But and in due time, if it depends on how things go, in due time I might have to come up personally to speak on everything.
Thank you very much.
I know that right now they are planning my suspension. If I'm suspended, fine. It will not stop me from doing my work wherever I can. Do you understand? I have a number of projects in line and I will keep serving my people. I'll keep being a voice.
Thank you very much.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
And I will keep being a law-abiding citizen. So I did not speak out of order. He was reading my suspension and I had to invoke Order 10, which is an order of privilege, which meant instead of suspending me, if you find me faulty in any area, send me to face the Ethics and Privileges Committee, almost like a panel. That was what I did. I had to invoke that order, which was a right of every senator who felt their rights were being infringed upon. That was what I did. If I had not done that, I would have been suspended on the floor. So I had to say that to prevent the suspension at that point. But I'm aware that there are still plans underway to suspend me. And if I'm suspended,
don't worry.
it's okay.
Distinguished Senator Natasha.
Yes, sir.
The whole world is watching now.
Thank you.
After this conversation with you, we will put a call across to the Senate President and hear his own side of the story. But I want to assure you that the masses are with you on this matter.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate distinguished Senator Natasha. My brothers, my sisters, if I look at an sister time, don't they give us signal to do things, signal, make we continue to the van, they go. Now to call Senate President Akpabio now. And 11 o'clock be this, okay, Akpabio. Now in number they look for so. Senate President. Will they call the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Distinguished Senator, my name now Ordinary Ahmad Isa of the Human Rights Radio and Television. We did live on air, distinguished Senator, sir. Senate President, sir. He end the call. Make her call him back. Make una appreciate her. Wait. In number we finish with 515. Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President of the 10th Assembly. 9 with the call, make you talk in own side of the story about what we see for the chambers. We don't call on the second time. How many times will they call anybody here? How many we don't do? You remain one now. Will they call the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, now the Senate President of the 10th Assembly. 9 with the call. In number we finish with 515. Now here with the call, so my brothers, my sisters, if we look at an system time, don't they give us signal to do things, signal. Make we continue today.
Una hear una see wetin dey happen. Kene, thank you very much for sharing this video. Sad situation. If we no get together, resist this. You see the noise when we dey make for this Natasha matter. You see, say na they even because guess what? The woman was trying to save herself. Now she invoked that section when she said she read command. You go carry one change person sick. When we say not be primary school, not be small picking you they talk to. May thunder fire that stupid man. All this quiet. These people are murderous human beings. You just want to sign, you don't try, you don't silence her. That outrage before a woman, a sensible woman, no, I'm not talking about, those of us women that are very troublesome, that are, no. A sensible woman who respects herself. If you don't give her the opportunity to say what she wants to say, you keep shutting her down because you're intimidated. You never see beauty for your life before. You cannot control your genitals. Okay? If it go reach, the woman go push back. That's what I saw happen with that woman yesterday. This is the same thing they are doing to Ireti. And it just saddens me that these women will not come out and take a stance. Make everywhere scatter. I don't understand it. If people are doing the right thing, they need to be. Look at everybody right standing up for her now. The life that I streamed for you guys, it was all men that were talking. So for those of us women that feel like, oh no, men don't, there are men who stand up for women. There are men who know what's right, who will stand up. Women's voices are needed. Women, they are the ones who really bring the change. All of us sit down for us. Nobody wants to get, I don't want my voice out there. You are busy with irrelevant things. This concerns your future. You see a woman being shut down. You don't say anything because it does not concern you. It could be your daughter. It could be your sister. It could even be your mother. I don't care. You if to say women did that Senate when they reach like 10. That place was shut down. What did they happen? How can you be talking to a woman like a child, a grown-ass woman for that matter? You're talking to her like a child. If you can't control your genitals, won't you get the hell out of there? People keep saying, oh, people have a different way of reacting to things. If you are holding a position of leadership, since we don't have that in Nigeria, you must understand how to handle people. People management is a top skill you need to have. If you don't have it, don't come out. Don't come and sit on top of people's heads. Sit in your freaking house, eat the money you stole, and carry all the chicks that want you to carry them. How How can you be occupying such a position and you don't know how to use that authority? You are shutting the woman down mid-sentence. Who the hell is Akpabio? Again, I ask, who the hell is? Now Senate leader be. Now only this realm, this earth, now that they look Senate leader. Akpabio na Senate leader, not be God. He not go take there forever. With the way it be, with the unhealthy way when it be, not only God now go save him. Make it taking time. If Nigerians were united, that man should be marched out of the Senate floor, marched out of the Senate house. Who the hell is he? Who the hell is he? You're having the audacity to talk to somebody, people's representative. That insult is not just Natasha. It is to the people of Kogi and her senatorial district, directly insulting them to their faces. Who the hell is he? And you have PDP members. Natasha is a PDP woman. Where are the other PDP people in the house? None of them stood up. Cowards. None of them even stood up to protect her. He said they were calming her down. What are you calming down? Don't you know people see the way he's been treating her and Ireti all this while? What did you people say? Waiting on her talk. And then you hear people come and be there. It's because she's a woman and she's even lucky she's a woman. It could have been worse. Are you kidding me? The whole world now sees how dumb, how monstrous our Senate is. Is it not a shame? As a Nigerian, you should be rolling in the sand. Shame, a shame. We don't even have enough voices, enough women in the Senate. It's intentional because they know that women have some level of human feelings, the reasonable ones. So I'm not talking about the side chicks that they give positions to that don't know jack about anything. I'm not talking about the ones that speak up the streets. I'm talking about the responsible ones, the ones who know what's up. That's how they silence them. And we will keep quiet and we'll continue to watch these people being silenced. That woman is PDP. Where are the other PDP senators? Why did they not stand up and say no? Organize a walkout of that freaking Senate of baboons. No, they sat there and watched that woman being shouted down like that. And they expect the world to respect them. And they are angry that Canada is rejecting visas. I am waiting for the day the entire West will reject not only their visas. When they are sick, they need health care. May they go to the hospitals when they build for their countries. You see why I am happy about this you said thing? Let them shut down every leakage. Everywhere they collect money, may they shut them down. May they ban them from going to other countries when it fix their problem. May they go back to their Nigeria. Go they swim in their fields that they have created. It's crazy. We need more women in the Senate. That's what people should be. We need more, and we need Akpabio to step down and get the fuck out of there. He doesn't deserve that seat. That man does not deserve that seat. We are used to glorifying stupidity in Nigeria. Mediocrity, men that lack self-control. You cannot stay in one place with your dingling. You want to put it in every woman. People that are looking for serious business, wanting to do good job, you want to use your genitals to wreck them. Is that the reason why you are in this world? I'm seeing a tweet saying that she should go and apologize. Apologize to who? Who is she apologizing to? This is how we enable bad behavior in Nigeria. Who is Natasha apologizing to? What did she do that she's apologizing for? Somebody came on my comment section yesterday talking balderdash. Apologize for what? What exactly? The attitude, the behavior, the disrespectful way that you people treat women in Nigeria. And some of them are in diaspora as well. Have no regard. You talk down on women. You talk down on your wives. You don't care. I don't blame you people. It's the women that are choosing to marry nincompoops that I blame. Men that should not have wives, that you will render wifeless. No, Nigerian women go carry them, put for house, call their husband. Go forbid. You want to have that in your genealogy. You want to have that in your DNA. Men who have no self-control. You will not be having sons with no self-control, and you'll be running from church to church. That's why you people encourage bad behavior. You will have husbands that are essaying young women, essaying house helps, essaying all kinds of human beings. You people will be covering it. You take a step outside of the country, and they arrest you and take you away from your family. You will start coming on social media and crying. Look at the video of that woman crying. Her husband was caught. Caught trying to talk to a 13, 12-year-old. This is how decadent the morality is in Nigeria. This is what we are seeing at the highest level, in case you don't know. I don't care if he came to do Tinubu's bidding. I do not care. I don't care if he's doing if everybody put one voice together, Akpabio not go see where put face. He go run kaba. Now because we dey allow them. Now because we dey allow them, we dey talk. Oh, Tinubu be. Tinubu is flesh and blood. Wetin make Tinubu fit succeed? That because he get people when he fit count on, that because he get people when they support his bad behavior, as we are seeing in the Senate. You have people supporting this man. You are having people tweeting and asking Natasha to come and apologize. Apologize for what exactly? Apologize for what? What did the woman do? It's very easy. They victimize women at every turn. What did she do? Who is he? Akpabio is not God. He's not God. He go come up for this world just like everybody else. Who is he? Who be house girl? Who be house boy for there? This is the problem. People go their position. People go they carry them like say they be demigods. This is the problem. This translates into the churches too. That's why you have pastors that will tell you to lie down and they'll be walking all over you. They'll be rubbing women's breasts in front of the church, bathing grown-ass women in the church, and those women will sit down and listen. God, I don't know, but I really wish that this Natasha's thing will just be the thing that is needed to fix this thing. It told they pay me. You know, here she said she turned down interview. I told you guys I sent her a message right after I saw that video. She's turning down interview. I wish she would come out and be bold. Maybe she has a reason. She wants to use the opportunity to really, take care of the needs of her constituents first. I wish these women will stand up. Honestly, the change needs to happen. If we can get the Senate right, and we can get the House of Rep right, we can get the INEC right, we will at least be halfway. Everything quiet. Oh, who the hell is Akpabio to talk to Natasha? Who is he? Not be human being. Now woman born now. Akpabio has disrespected his mother and his generation of women in his family, plus his children and his wife. People go marry down people's house, call her husband. God forbid. Swear. Suspend her for what? What did she do? Suspend her for what? You heard her. They were going to put her in a corner. So she won't be visible. You see how they say they silence people? You see how? Now our fault. We go see something where it's bad. We go keep quiet. The ones where they go, they enable the lies, go they one corner. Look at people running towards her, calming down. What are you calming down? What are you calming her down for? What are you telling her? You are telling a grown-ass woman that she will be suspended. They should come and take her away. Who are you? Who you be, Akpabio? Who you be? Who you be? Now, human being you be. You not go there here forever. You not be God. Now, only position you get, you not be God. You not even deserve that position. If not be we in Nigerians, we're quiet. We don't know their right. You don't get right to sit down for that seat. Who you be? With all the money when you don't cheat. Lives when you don't ruin. Who you be? Payday is coming for each and every one of them. If they teach them, we go keep quiet and allow them to continue like this. Now lie their life. Nigeria must work. In my lifetime, I don't know about you guys. It must work. These people are a bunch of lunatics. And as they are weak. If you do boo, if you face them one-on-one, you do boo, they go run, go hide under bed. They are very fearful people. But because Nigerians don't know their rights, they don't do anything they like. Useless people. May nothing happen to Natasha. May nothing happen to her or Ireti. Will they watch? I hope that Natasha accepts my invite. I really hope so. I tried to call her yesterday, but she wasn't. I'm going to try again. I can only do what I can do. If I try a couple more times, hey, it is what it is. We just have to accept it, guys. Eh? How can you are in a party, PDP, all the PDP people just sit down, they look the woman being humiliated. What kind of stupid ass party is that? And you people say you are in a party. What party are you in that cannot support you? Only you just stand exposed, vulnerable to the lions and the tigers and the zebras in the Senate. And nobody is saying anything. It's a shame. It's a goddamn shame. I beg, guys, I'm going to end this live now. I beg. I'll come back. You guys know, I said I was going to come back later. I will. Let me see. Don't mind him, guy. Don't mind him. Useless people. All they know how to think it is they are dingling. That's all. No brain. Guy. Hey, Kenny, welcome, oh, my brother. Jide on TV. So of course he will not be them. They are all in the same clothes, now inside the same bedroom. They useless people, spineless men, spineless. Now may they reject them for every embassy now. May they deny all the Nigerians. May they deny them and their children and their families from visa. Now only that one, they work for them. See a whole new Rubadu. With the position where they say to hell with Canada from in March. Not only that one, they affect them. May they deny all of their visa. They're not there where they go. May they go sit inside the poto. This is why I'm rooting for Kemi. She does not have to be my favorite. I not send the girl from here to there. I have my whatever. But guess what? If she go feel a post, she they deny these non useless people visas. Deny them entry and their families. It will suit me very well. Eh? The babe will give them a battery. Useless people, not team spirit at all. Hey, Holy Mary, long time. How you doing, my sister? Welcome. Oh. Now talks full that Senate and that useless Akpabio be their leader. I'm telling you, useless people. Useless. Eh? Useless people. The Kogi constituent thunder fire these constituents. They don't even know their right. This is part of the problem. Nigerians don't know their right. Apologize to him for what exactly? For what exactly? What did she do? Akpabio should be rolling in the mud, apologizing to Natasha. Matter of fact, he should be kissing her feet. And she go put her leg on top of the head. Are they okay? No matter the bidding, if Nigerians unite, can have a united voice, all this bullshit won't be happening. Now, because we are all divided, that's why they can do whatever the heck they want to do. This is the reason why. Now, IBB don't come out now, tell on a full confession. Say the war was not an Igbo war. It was tagged as such to demonize a particular ethnic group. As a result, 3 million people don't buy. I remember, 3 million people don't buy. Nigerians owe Igbo people reparations. They owe them apology. Meanwhile, people are celebrating the IBB, clapping for him, buying his book. Book now 50,000 naira. And people are putting their money and buying that man's book. God forbid. God forbid that my dime will buy that kind of man's book. If you not free internet to read, may they keep up. Anybody when want borrow me the book, I go read because I'm curious. I want to read it by myself. If you want to borrow me, I will give you address, send it, I will read it and return it. Then a man that should be rotting in jail. He lived long, but he deprived the people of the opportunity to have a leader, at least whether he was good or not is irrelevant. To have a leader that was popular to people, he deprived the people of it. And people are clapping for him. This is where we have gotten to in Nigeria. Guy, I beg. Hey, God. Hey. I'm telling you, they're the ones that are enabling them. You need to see when some women that I saw some tweets of women and Natasha Shuba. Are you okay? Apologize for what exactly? Apologize. This is why we have the enablers in women. Now the women now worse pass. Women when they enable now women are women's greatest enemies all the time, from here to there, forever and ever. Women will always be women's problem. You see something that is bad. Because he favors you, you go and be, because you have decided to be a slave. You want every other person to be a slave with you. This is the problem with women. You see a man that has done something wrong. Instead of you to call him out and say, you say, just love up on him more, just give him food timely, just do this. You don't understand that no matter what you do, even if you turn yourself upside down, that man ain't gonna change. This is why we are suffering the kind of leaders we have today, because the women enable them. Matter of fact, sometimes now the women, they give their backbone, say, go, I do your back. Now they go, they walk up and down to make sure, say, the man, they're not come out. This is what women do. Payday is coming, though. Payday is coming, whether they like it or not. Exactly. What kind of nonsense? What impact can she really make when she cannot talk? She doesn't have a voice. She's just going to go like a worm, come like a worm, go like a. What's that? What's the point? No impact, nothing. God forbid. Now me, they send it. Every day I'm going to do video. We're going to quarrel every day. They're going to mention my name. They're going to say, hey, again, this senator from this constituent. Every day. Now if they never mention my name for Arash news channels, whatever news channel they have, they never do all right. Every day I'm going to give them back-to-back headache. With enough backup. I go make sure I get back, because Nigeria, you cannot go and work in places like that without having. I go make sure say I get back up. Nobody now do your own, may I do my own. You don't want to talk about me, go talk out. You don't want to say it, but I will say it. Forget that this Nigeria we must collect our back, not see the apple. We go collect, we not go rest. They as they don't want rest, we say not go rest. No, this is nonsense. Hey, Obiha now, long time, sis. Intimidated by a woman with beauty. I'm telling you, the man cannot control himself. He's dingling, he's rushing. Cannot control himself. If you cannot handle a beautiful woman, turn around or cover yourself with black cloth. Cover your face, may you not see him. You said, turn to woman when they cover from the north, when they cover them from head to toe. Do like that too. You can't see a woman. This is why they want to Islamize everywhere. Useless human being. I'm telling you. But I like her courage. I like that she stood up and she spoke to him. Because look at it now, just the simple talk when she talk everywhere, don't scatter. Imagine if they were doing more of the talking. This is what I expect from the likes of Ireti and Natasha. At least those two I know, they are very vocal. At least we heard their voices before. This is what I expect. Guy, I don't know. You have to call Akpabio. I think Akpabio did not learn how to listen to a woman. I've stopped teaching those courses. Listening 101 and seduction 101 too late. Guy, let me tell you something. You not quick start this program. That's the problem. No etiquette, no ethics. I don't know whether senators have rules of ethics that they need to follow. I don't even know. Because rules of ethics, if you're a leader, you have to have high capacity to manage dissenting voices. You have to know how to manage sandpaper people that will rub you off the wrong way, how to hold your tongue is very important. If you don't have that, you should not be a leader. But Nigeria is upside down. We got to fix that. Do you know that if we all come together as a unit, disregard wherever you're coming from, right, and push for the change, we will get it. The reason why we're not getting it is because you have people that are sold out. You have carpet beggars that will crawl behind and go and collect money and sabotage the whole thing. This is why we're where we are. Look at what's happening with Peter Obi now. Valentine Ozigbo don't go join APC. Imagine, who would have thought? All of them are hopping and going to join APC. APC that has brought murder to the lives of Nigeria. Murder Inc. Now APC. People, they jump. Is it not better for you to be partyless and don't do your corner than to come and dine with these enemies? I don't know, though. Hey, I don't know. I can't know it all. I'm telling you, I go to collect the suspension. It will be my badge of honor. I go to pile them up. If the suspension come up again, I cause chaos. If things are not done properly, I go back on suspension again. It's okay. I will be known as the most suspended senator because what is this? What is this? How can we have a functioning nation? No voice, no dissenting voice. You dare not talk. They silence you. They try to pigeonhole you, put you in a corner like a child. Umbano. We go scatter that place every day. Every day I go ready. I go to take vitamins. I go to jog. I go brush off my defense mechanisms. We did there together. Hey, we must get that right. This is madness. Anyway, guys, let me drop it here for now. I will come back later. Come with your cola nut, your palm wine, because say that the politics what we just discussed now, what we discuss for evening under the mango tree politics. The one already come. Wanna bring on a bench. I'm telling you, chaos. When they see me, they'll say, hey, she don't come. Oh, make we let her talk. Now, I'm telling you, they're going to give me chance. May we let her talk, we let her talk. It's okay, may we let her talk. If I talk finish, if they like, at least that loudspeaker go loud. And you know what we need to get into the habit of doing? Right? We need to get into the habit of streaming this Senate hearing. I heard that one of this, they passed a bill yesterday. What's this bill they passed? Oh my God, I can't remember now. I have to go and find, I have to find those Senate hearings and be streaming it. Oh my God, Nigerian citizens, we are so in the dark. The kinds of things that they are passing with no objection, nobody saying anything is problematic. And as boring as those sessions are, I have to now get into the habit of streaming it. We must wake up as a people. It is getting dumber and dumber by the day. We must not allow Natasha to be silent. If we allow it, we are part of the problem. Me, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to continue to push for her. It cannot happen. Akpabio must leave that Senate. He must leave. He go make mistake. He must leave that Senate. Anyhow, by come rain, come sunshine, no matter who they work for him, even my wife or the family, all of them, they go reach one stage, they go blind. They're not going to hear anything again. Akpabio must leave that Senate. Michael, you well done. Michael, they talk well done. I see him just because. You come with Akpabio. Bring him. Pull his ear with you, guy. Let's come and shout on his head and insult him. Put him in his place. Akpabio, you are a Senate leader. You are not God. You will live there. You won't be there forever. You will not be there forever. Your day, your payday is upon you if you don't know. Useless man. They celebrate demonic entities up and down. People, they go they sit down for IBB. Because of IBB, I sit down for us for 2 years plus. Shutting down of universities. The man wreck the educational system because of IBB. Me, I can't go sit down, they clap for her. God forbid. God forbid. I will not sit in the seat of discomfort with these useless people up and down. Nigerians celebrate mediocrity. The people that are killing you are the ones you people are celebrating. Who is IBB in a normal country? IBB is supposed to come out, come they talk. It's supposed to get voice. I beg you. All of them should be televised. All of them. I think I don't know if they televise all, but the ones that they are, I will be bringing it. These people, no, we need to put eye. That is where the problem is. And if we have the House of Rep sessions, I don't know how they do their sessions. We need to be. This is crazy, people. We cannot hold our hand and allow this thing crumble. Every corner needs to be exposed for what it is. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on at Politics Under the Mango Tree, streaming at 5:30 my time. I'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day in the meantime. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys liked, you shared, you subscribed. For those of you who are not yet subscribed, I hope that you're subscribed, and I will see you then. Bye.